get you at the top of the line, you first.
Your username has B.
Or not.
Mitch?
What?
Go ahead. Talk about Grayson.
Oh, okay. Well, my character is Grayson. He's a variant human. He's a fighter, and he's a two-weapon fighter. He has a long sword and bows and arrows.
Cool.
Okay. I'll go next. I'm Dan. I'll be playing Tiny Terry, a warlock, a hill dwarf warlock. I guess we're just giving like general character information or like full-on description. How we doing this? I'll be shooting off Eldritch Blast as often as possible. That's basically it.
Absolutely. Fantastic.
I guess Mike.
Michael, I believe you're up next.
I'm going to be running a Warforged Life Cleric named Fix It.
Wonderful. Okay, great. I'm already into this. This is brilliant.
All right, Garrett.
Is that me next? That was editing character. Sorry. My name is Razek. I am a hobgoblin. I am wearing full plate armor, and I have a giant glaive with me. If you get in my way and you slow me down because you are not hobgoblin, I will kill you.
I'm getting flashbacks to the Skyrim one we did.
That's cool.
Oh,
I like that.
oh yes.
I take it nobody was expecting the voice.
No,
No, not at all.
go for
I can
it.
tell you.
Own it.
It put me at ease, though.
It's really cool.
And then
A Slavic hobgoblin.
slow.
And so I guess next up is me. I'm running Ribbon. That's Ribyn. She is a Lightfoot halfling, and she is a rogue.
Cool. Great. All right, that is our party. Sorry, I'm still
Sounds like I
giggling
have
at
the
this.
dullest character ever.
Nah.
Hey, spice them up.
I mean, you're Dick Grayson. What do you expect?
Yeah, it's inspired by.
He literally copied Nightwing.
Perfect.
It's bad. Yeah, it's bad.
Even she's saying it's bad.
No. I'm saying that yes, he did just about copy it off of Nightwing. I don't think it's bad.
I mean,
Oh, I heard. Yeah, that's bad.
it's the modified fighter from the starter set, so you know.
At least
Yeah,
he's not
it's-
carrying two tonfas.
Okay, cool. You're streaming this, right? Did you?
Yeah, I've already started. Well,
Oh, okay, cool, great. Tremendous. In that case, great. So this adventure is going to take place in the city of Spalding, which is it's kind of a very dense city with some, let's say, very insalubrious elements. There are kind of lots of rickety buildings that have just been built on top of one another as people scrabble to find a toehold in this place. So it's a lot of alleys that are very overcast from these buildings, kind of all leaning on one another. It's cobbled streets. It's very murky. It's lots of external staircases leading to extensions on houses that shouldn't be there by the laws of physics, let alone by the laws of the city. And I don't really know how you all know each other, but I think it would probably... Sorry, were you going to say something, Dan?
we don't really, like, half these characters are brand new. Except for
Okay,
Grayson and Ribbon probably know each other, but that's it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Grayson
We
and Ribbon
all
know
met
each
in a
other.
tavern.
Perfect.
I didn't want to start from scratch again.
Okay, cool. So you're kind of your loose acquaintances then, if you've all
Mhm.
sort of met in a tavern. Okay, great. So you're all familiar with this city, suffice it to say, and you know that it's a place where law and order, it has a loose hold on the general proceedings. But recently, it has been rocked by a very high-profile murder.
Mm.
Specifically, the head of the Church of Ogma in Spalding, a man named Jeremiah Cloudfoot, has been murdered. A substantial reward has been offered for those who find his killer or killers. And I think just to fast track things, we'll say you all thought that's a decent amount of change. We're capable people. We can probably capable people and hobgoblins. We can take this on. So you made contact with a man named Henman, Detective Henman, who has basically been hired by the Church of Ogma to track down these killers. He put out a call for adventurers. You answered that call. So you are currently, all of you, kind of just it's a bright morning, but obviously, as I mentioned, this is a dingy, dim city, so there are little like god rays of sunshine hitting the cobbled floors through the alleyways, and you are slowly wending your way to the Church of Ogma, where you are going to meet Detective Henman for the first time and start your investigation. And I think we'll probably go from there.
All right. I guess I'll go ahead and give a. Since I didn't do like an in-depth before, Tiny Terry is there's a hill dwarf. He looks kind of like a cross between Joe Exotic and Danny DeVito.
Lord.
And he is wearing. He's got leather armor, but on top of it, he's got like a leopard print kind of robe, very like patches everywhere. No beard, but like a giant Dr. Eggman style mustache that just covers both cheeks, and he jewelry all over him, and he just sort of kind of walks with like a backward lean as he moves around, and he is going to. So we're heading towards the church.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay. It's Detective Henman.
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 Quick question about
Henman. Henma.
Quick question about Tiny Tim. Do you have a mullet or are you balding?
He is balding. He has it's so if you ever saw the Matilda movie, he has like the hat and he just pulls it off, and it's
Yes.
it's
got the nudie hat covering his bald spot.
right, exactly. But in this case, it's like a leather cap kind of thing.
Okay.
Yeah. He's just sort of kind of trotting along. He is going. So I'm trying to think of buddy. He goes up to Ribbon. Hey. It's not too often I see someone my size around town.
Well, okay then. Nice to meet you too.
So you know anything about the church? I'm pretty new around here.
All I can say is that there was a notice put out that quote unquote heroes were needed, and I figured, hey, why not give it a shot? So I'm here. That's about all I know.
Okay, sounds good enough. We just keep going.
Sure. Yeah, unless anyone kind of has any like pressing business or pressing conversations they want to have, we can just skip ahead to the church if that's easier. Okay,
Of course,
so
more people don't know what is happening in this city. I just kind of scoff that as I continue walking.
excellent. Okay, cool. So you basically it's like you walk for another few minutes and then you happen upon like the main church of Ogma in Spalding. It is kind of it looks more like a big university building than it really does a church. And outside there are the trademark scroll symbols that are emblematic of Ogma, who is of course the Lord of Knowledge. And there is a very large crowd gathered on the steps. No one has quite dared to step onto the staircase, and enter the building, because on the staircase there is a man wearing a very tight-fitting doublet. He's wearing kind of like very. Why is everything so tight? We're gonna go with it. He's wearing very tight leather trousers. He has a rapier on his hip. He has sort of a like a flat cap, actually not dissimilar to Tiny Terry's. And he is standing there looking, sort of scanning the crowd to see a party of adventurers. One in particular. In fact, he spots all of you and sort of cocks an eyebrow in a kind of like, you who I'm looking for kind of way. Yep.
Can I see him over the crowd? Because I'm like 3'5".
You can push your way through the crowd. Absolutely. I mean, you know that's where you're supposed to be going, so I don't think you would necessarily hang back and wait to be invited.
When he makes eye contact, I'll just kind of part through the crowd because I'm in full plate. Nobody's really going to stop me.
Yeah.
And once I break the line, my vulture that's been swooping overhead, my vulture familiar, will land on my shoulder.
I like it.
Ooh.
You see what you presume to be Detective Henman crack a wry smile, just be like, "This clearly these are the people I'm after," and he waves you over. He says, "Good morning. I'm Detective Henman. I'm glad you could come. This is going to be a difficult case, I fear, and well, having some muscle at my backs, and hopefully some brains as well. But it makes me feel a lot better about my prospects, shall we say."
Happy to help.
Well, of course. Why not?
Well, don't be so glum about it. We're getting paid after all. I assume we are getting paid, right?
Oh yes, you'll be paid handsomely.
Perfect.
The check written out by the Church of Ogma just for expenses is more than I normally make in a year.
He rubs his hands together.
Obviously, he notices you rubbing your hands together. It's not to be too gleeful about the painful demise of the head of the church. It should be a significant windfall for all of us, I should say.
You said this is a check to me. What is a check?
Money.
Sorry, it's a bit of detective slang. It's really it's a promissory note that says, on the completion of the quest, we shall be paid a goodly sum, and it's legally binding, I might add, but it's not to be confused with the people of the nation of the same name, of course.
Oh, I'll happy.
It's weird slang.
I'll happily take any money offered my way, even if it takes a while to show up. But all right. So, where's the dead body?
Good. Right to the action. Follow me. He follows you into. He leads you rather into the church, which is it has a very high kind of vaulted ceiling, and with it comes that kind of weird acoustic calm of a church where the air feels very still, and people move about very carefully because hard surfaces, large area, the echoes can be savage. But also, people are being very quiet because this strikes you as less a place of worship and more an absolutely enormous library. There are just racks upon racks of different scrolls and books, and there are people, devotees of Ogma, kind of wearing robes. They're sort of almost plain monks' habits, and there are people reading things. There are people copying out, transcribing existing scrolls and scriptures. And as you walk in, not only do you make a significant amount of noise, because one of you is in full plate, and there are several of you anyway. You're going to be making
Two of us are
noise
in full plate.
They,
Oh, you're wearing
they
plate.
kind
We are
Second.
a very conspicuous group.
I'm eyeing the cleric the entire time. I'm just curious what his reaction is as he walks into the church.
Yeah, what is your reaction?
This isn't my sect. Fix it worships Ex Machina,
Ah,
a newer god that he belongs to a sect of a group of warforged that have discovered this old ancient machine, and he is currently on a quest in order to find parts and things in order to fix the old machine that they found, because they believe it to be the original factory forge that made the Warforged.
You worship
So
Skynet?
in their travels, they but
42.
they believe
Exactly.
that in helping other people, i.e., the life cleric, and healing people, people will help them get parts and things that they need to fix their god.
Okay.
Cool. But you're kind of like, are you, as you kind of walk through, do you give any visible reaction to kind of this sect that it is not your own, or are you kind of keeping it straight-laced for now, straight-faced rather?
I don't show much emotion. On the
Can a
face
Warforged even
as
show
on
up?
Warforged.
Yeah, I was gonna say.
You can get very expressive with the eyes,
Mm-hmm.
but
Maybe
other than that,
maybe your face will start glowing red one time when you're
I
angry.
know I'm except that
Out your ears.
I'm
Warforged are like robots, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
the
okay.
sect, yeah. This sect is particularly accepting of other people's religion, so long as they don't like go out and actively harm those that aren't haven't done anything wrong or evil.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Well, either way, nobody is reacting, negatively to your presence here. But you sort of, as you walk past, you feel eyes kind of flicking to you and kind of flitting over your persons. People sort of looking up from their work, exchanging meaningful glances with one another. There's an air of trepidation, partly, but also just barely concealed, just unease. They're trying to act as if everything is normal, but they are clearly unsettled by the events of the past 24 hours, which is understandable, I guess. So Detective Henman leads you down this massive room and toward a door in the far corner, which has a couple of people just standing guard outside, and they nod at Henman as he approaches, and they open the door. It leads to a small spiral staircase, which in turn leads into an office. This office is, every inch of the wall is covered in shelving for yet more books, yet more scrolls. But it's also quite a nicely appointed office. Like, it has a very heavy wooden desk that isn't ornate, but you can tell it's good quality. And there are very large windows to let in the maximum amount of light. There are lamps everywhere for when Jeremiah Cloudfoot would have been working late at night, but as you enter the room, indeed the most prominent feature of the room is Jeremiah Cloudfoot, whose body lays face down on the floor. There is, while the office, as I said, it seems well appointed, it is also, there are signs of a clear struggle. There, chairs are knocked over. Sorry, Dan, were you going to say something?
I was chairs knocked over, probably desk pushed sideways or something like that.
Yeah, exactly. And there's there are some candlesticks that have been knocked over, but there's also a fair amount of just smashed stuff. It looks like maybe a bottle of wine or something was smashed, and there are kind of little bits of metal kind of strewn about the place as well. And Henman says, this is largely as it was discovered, I think. They discovered he was dead. They put two and two together, having seen signs of a struggle, Ogma, knowledge, all that kind of stuff. Smart chaps. And then they rang for me straight away. Sorry, they rang a bell to hire a messenger to come straight to me.
Who found him?
That's a good question. He gestures to one of the disciples of Ogma and says, "Could you bring the bring the man up here, please. We'd like to speak to him. And he scampers away to go dredge up somebody. Well, not somebody, the person who came in and found them.
About that time, my vulture sees the corpse and flies over to start pecking at it.
I smack away with the cane. Get away, get away! We need to preserve the evidence.
Do they seem to think this was an assassination or like a break-in gone wrong? Or
Well, to be honest with you, they didn't seem to tell me much. They were rather panicked. So I think that's for us all to put together. I mean, we should probably start by having a closer look at the body if we're done turning it into some sort of buffet.
I keep smacking away at the bird, and finally I actually like trip a little bit and almost step on the body. I have to like pull myself back, like comic style. So what is so there's a bottle of wine shattered on the ground.
Sorry, I think your mic might have cut out there.
Oh, sorry. There's a
Yeah, I think his mic did cut out.
there's a bottle of wine on the ground.
Uh-oh.
Might be completely cut out. Daniel,
Oh.
you can come back.
Hello. Ah, crud. This is what I was
I
talking.
don't
can I possibly make a medicine check to
Yeah.
see maybe to determine the cause of death?
Absolutely, yeah, go for it. Yeah, just tell me what you get, and then we'll go from there. 15, nice. Okay. Well,
Hello.
there we go. He's back. Hey. You start by rolling the body over.
You hear me now?
Yes. Yeah, we're all good to press on, I think. You roll over Jeremiah's body, and the first thing you notice is that his face is frozen in some sort of horrible Richter's grin, and that the eyes appear to have been burned clean out of his skull.
No, what's going on? That's cool.
Oh
They-
my!
They are, yeah, they're just empty pits, basically.
like a pentagram symbol, like you know how the Catholics do the cross.
Mm-hmm.
He makes a pentagram symbol with his hand, but it's supposed to be meant to be like a cog. As like a golden cog is a symbol for
Hello.
his deed.
Yes, Daniel, we can hear you.
I am not.
Let's try it this way.
Ah, now there we are.
Yeah, cool.
Okay.
Yeah, okay.
Great. Sorry, you were saying a golden cog symbol.
Oh, that's a symbol for his deity.
Cool. Yeah, so with with a 14 on your medicine check, it's obviously died in a tremendous amount of pain and vaguely terrified. That much is obvious. You examine the head more closely, and you can see that the flesh around the eyes has been blackened, but also sort of feeling around the way on the other side of the head, you find there are 8 scorch marks, 4 on kind of each side in a row. So it's like if you imagine on the back of the head, there are 2 vertical rows of 4 little scorch marks, basically.
So, burned fingerprints.
You have very good reason to suspect so, yes.
Cool. Don't mean to spoil the surprise, but that's just where my mind went.
Yeah.
Oh, no, absolutely, yeah. Like, I think
Yeah.
that is a valid...
Only on the head. The scorch marks are only on the head.
Mm-hmm. Do you relay any of this to Henman, or...
Well, it looks like he
Yes.
was burned to death with his hands blazed with the killer hands blazed alight, probably gouging out his eyes.
Oh, with the 4... Yeah, no, that tallies. Well, that's perfectly horrible. Here he is. You see a man who is, like so many people in this church, wearing the robes of devotees to Ogma, but he also has a blanket wrapped around his shoulders, and he is cupping in both hands a steaming cup of some sort of calming brew. He is very pale, shaking quite visibly, and as he walks in, he sort of does this weird merry dance where he's trying his best to be polite and engaging, but also really doesn't want to look at the center of the room. So he sort of just, keeping his eyes on the ceiling, walks vaguely towards you. He's like, hello, yes. Hi.
I understand you found the body?
Yeah, yes, I did. I was Cloudfoot's personal secretary. I came in the morning to see if he had worked overnight, and if he needed anything. And well, I found him like that. And frankly, I'm not ashamed to tell you. I panicked and I ran straight out again, and I rang for help, or yelled for it really. And someone else rang the bell.
When was the last time you saw him alive?
Oh, well, probably when I clocked off last night around 8 bells. Sorry, 8 o'clock. And then I went home, and I made some dinner, and I read a very interesting treatise on trade ships and the regulations for stowing cargo and making sure it's all level. And then I had a bit of a stomachache actually, and so I made a calming tea from some mint leaves, and oh, sorry, you asked a question. Yeah, about 8 o'clock.
8 o'clock, okay. And did he seem distressed, or was it just normal, run-of-the-mill kind of day?
No, he seemed almost excited actually. He seemed to have had a breakthrough with his work, and he told me that he really thought he was a lot closer to understanding what was it? Some sort of compound he'd been researching for some time. He'd been waiting on some sort of consignment from somewhere. Oh gosh.
Terry backs away, still keeping eye contact with him, and starts to like move about the room, looking for like a book or some sort of paperwork that could be related to what he was talking about.
Okay. Yeah, make me an investigation check.
Okay. He's going to be 7 with. So that's a 6.
I'm gonna cast guidance
Mm-hmm.
on you as a cantrip.
Okay, so I'll let.
Add it to the check.
That's a 4, so it goes up to 11. Or sorry, 10.
Okay. You quite naturally gravitate toward his desk, and there are basically there are a bunch of empty folders, like kind of like leather bound, like leather sleeves for papers and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
There are several of these strewn about the desk, and on the floor there are a few discarded papers. But if he was working on a lot of stuff, it doesn't seem to be here now.
Mm.
Is this all the priest kept on his research, or did he have a lab or something else in this area?
No, those are his research files. It should all be.
Appears to be some stuff's missing. Was anyone else seen entering or exiting? Anyone peculiar coming in last night?
No, not that I know of. I know that he told me he'd made some form of breakthrough, and he'd just had a package delivered that he seemed very excited about. I'm sorry, I didn't see what was in it.
Package.
Is the package still here, or at least the packaging of the package?
Let's see. He goes over to the desk gingerly. It takes him a couple of minutes to get over there because he takes the long way around the room, so he still does not have to look at Cloudfoot. He goes over to the desk and he's like, yes, this is it. There's sort of some brown paper that has been discarded, and when someone kind of tears open a Christmas present or whatever and slides a box out, it maintains that shape.
Okay.
It's there's that, and in quite a flowing script, there is just Jeremiah Cloudfoot, care of Church of Ogma, Spalding by hand.
Okay.
He goes, yeah.
Oh.
It was some sort of. Well, it seems like a small box-like object. I don't know.
I smell inside the bag. Is anything off about that? Any sort
Inside
of
the,
chemicals? Yeah, the packaging. I'm smelling to see if there's any sort of like chemical of anything.
If I might speak up,
Mhm.
I just remembered I have Speak with the Dead.
Ooh.
That's convenient.
Ironically, I took the Undying Warlock, and I don't have that. So go ahead.
So I'm just gonna set out some candles. And you continue to discuss things about the package because this is gonna take 10 minutes to do.
All right. Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna cast it as a ritual by setting out some candles and things,
Yeah, perfect.
and performing a séance.
Yeah, go to. Henman's like, oh, very good. Oh, that's yeah, all right. I hired the right people, clearly. Henman doesn't seem to be doing much, by the way. He's just sort of standing by the window, being a bit of a dandy. But you know, that's his choice, I guess,
Right.
as a lead investigator on this case.
He's delegating.
Yes, there we go. That's a kinder way of putting it.
Or supervising.
Yes. He certainly shares a lot in common with some of the supervisors I've had in my own career. So the less said, the better.
Right.
Because we're on the internet and this is potentially litigious.
Nothing.
Anyway,
I can ask the corpse up to 5 questions.
Mm-hmm.
So, what do we think the 5 questions should be?
Probably. What were you researching?
All right. Let's see.
Killed you? Were you researching?
So it answers using brief, cryptic, or let's see. The answers will be brief, cryptic, or repetitive.
Yep.
And the corpse is under no compulsion to offer a truthful answer.
Can only you talk to it?
Um,
Or is
He's
it?
the only one that can ask.
I can ask the questions.
We
but
just
I think
we feed Michael the questions. Michael asks the questions.
Yeah. Well, I can give you guidance as well. If you need me like persuasion or checks or
we
anything.
can both cast guidance. But
Yeah.
well, I'm not
doesn't matter.
sure. I assume he'll want us to know who murdered. So
Oh,
I'll probably feel about that.
Mm-hmm.
it's possible he might not know. It's a surprise.
And if he wants to pass on his information that he's learned, if it's not incredibly secret, he'll probably be truthful about that too.
Yeah.
So,
But
so
What-
1, who killed you? 2, if he doesn't give us an answer, what were you researching? Who was the package? Was it number 3, who was the package from? Number 4, I don't know. And 5.
Number 4 could probably be, is there anyone he knew that would want to take his research?
That's a good one.
Any rivals, anything like that. 5. How are you? So how you been?
The answer would be, well, I'm dead.
So was your church right?
So what's on the other side? Come on, let us know.
all right. As for the serious questions, I'm going to grant the corpse a semblance of life and intelligence.
Okay.
And
Yeah, his
ask it the first question: who killed you?
kind of half sits up, and it takes him a little while to sort of track across the room where you're coming from. He's like, hands of fire from a box.
Wow.
I take the package and I put it in my bag. That's definitely
Wait, the package is still here, or the packaging?
It was the paper from the package. It was the packaging.
So the box itself is there. Okay.
Mm.
So we know there was a box. Let's see.
What were you researching?
Second question: what were you researching?
It's a compound. summoning
Something.
compound.
Hmm.
Any other questions we want to ask?
Who sent the package?
Do you know who sent the package, and if so, who?
No idea. Pretty though.
Were you ask
Package.
ask him if he was expecting someone last night?
Were you expecting someone to visit?
Oh no, quite alone. Isolating research.
Is there anyone who would wish you harm or steal your research?
All right, this is the last question, so make
Yeah.
sure this is the one we want to ask.
The steal your research part is probably pretty pertinent.
He raises a scorched eyebrow and goes, "Evidently, but I don't know who."
Okay.
And then, is it no enemies, only peers? And then,
Hmm.
with a sigh, he lays back down.
I turn to him and lock down the facility immediately, if no one interrupt.
Oh, very very good, old boy. Fine. He looks over at one of the devotees in the corner and goes, "See it done." He just effortlessly delegates again. Could somebody make me an investigation check, please?
Sure, gladly.
Mm-hmm.
I'm good at that.
I am not.
Investigation, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'll cast guidance.
I will give her.
Oh,
Can you double guidance?
Yeah, it's a
cannot,
camp.
you cannot double guidance. You can't stack it.
Oh, okay. Then I'll just.
Now you could give yours to her and him to me, or vice versa.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I'll give mine to you, Eric.
Okay.
Well,
In
I
that
got
case,
a.
21.
I have a 19.
Great. Both of you kind of it's almost like it catches your eye at the exact same time as the sun kind of moves over the city of Spalding. There is a glint from some of the glass smashed in the floor. You realize is not it's different to the glass that evidently made up a bottle of wine that was smashed. It's purple, and on closer inspection, it seems like some bits of it are laced with silver in quite an intricate pattern.
Hold it up to the light. See if it reflects or refracts the purplish as well. I obviously assume so, but just for the sake of confirming, it's stained glass.
Yes, it is. It's translucent. It's stained glass. The silver that you see doesn't seem to be structural. It's quite deliberately been inlaid in quite an interesting way. It's almost like the glass is somehow impregnated with it, rather than it having a channel carved into it and then silver put in there. On the floor, you also find some other just bits of silver that sort of almost make corner pieces. And you have a strong suspicion that this is the box you are looking for.
The box. Oh, I get it. The idea
The
of
glass
box
was.
kills him. He drops it, shatters, no evidence.
I turn to. Is the assistant still in the room, right?
Mm-hmm.
Who brings packages in and out of the building?
Just orderlies take them, really. We get quite a lot of mail here, and no, that's the wrong voice, isn't it? It's quite a lot of mail in and out, really. From other libraries and other churches. It sort of all just arrives and then it gets delivered. I mean, I took this up, to be perfectly frank.
You brought this one package to him?
Well, there were some other things. There were, some scrolls and the usual letters asking for guidance and things. But yes, this is the only thing that seemed out of the ordinary, I suppose.
So this was handed to you, and then you brought it to him, or you got this from your other people?
It was we have a system of pigeonholes downstairs. It's quite fascinating, actually. It follows a very interesting index, and the mailman put it in there. The people in charge of sorting it out, and they brought it up. So I don't know who delivered it. Any number of people could have handled it, but I was the one who finally brought it up, I suppose.
Then we definitely need to check that place out. So just clarifying, I'm talking out loud to the group. It seems like he was brought package, opened it, was strangled by fire hands, and then dropped the package, thus shattering any evidence. Is that what we think happened here?
Seems to be the case.
That seems to be
He
what's
is
going
out.
on.
So
Wine everywhere. Broken.
yeah,
I knew you would do
yeah.
that.
yeah. There's wine stains all across the floor. I'm sure, right?
Yeah, it was like a pool of wine.
And you just
Alcohol.
yeah, it was alcohol abuse. Nothing off about. It's probably evaporated, but it's nothing. It seems like it may have been anything mixed in the bottle.
No, you give it a good sniff. It just does smell like ordinary wine. In fact, the neck of the bottle on the floor still has the cork in it. But for once in your short acquaintance with Henman, he seems to be taking an interest in what you're doing. He comes very, very close to you and goes, wait a minute, run that past me again. From the top, how did he die? How do you think?
He got a package, opened it up,
From a pretty glassmaker.
yeah, and opened it. Fire hands came out of the package somehow, strangled him, or burned him to death, something of that effect. He drops the package, shatters it, shatters the line, and dies on the floor.
Shit. Henman. Why didn't I see this?
You've seen this before.
You know something that we don't?
I roll
We
ins-
have Sorry, carry on.
I roll inside on it. See if he's trying. If
Yeah,
he's
go for it.
holding back or anything like that. That is a 6 with inside his wisdom, so that is a grand total of 8.
Okay. He certainly looks flustered, but you can't tell much more than that. But he sort of looks down and goes, we have a serial killer on our hands, and it would appear that he's moved up from killing common criminals.
Serial killer. The killer, man. I know him well.
Listen,
There have been other cases with common criminal deaths.
yes. Well, to be honest with you, I'm sort of moonlighting on this case. I'm meant to be investigating the others, but who cares about crime bosses? But there are three. There have been three so far. Started with the hecklers, and then it was the butcher's boys, and then the Queen of Pockets herself. These are you would know that basically these are three very well known criminal gangs in Spalding. The hecklers are just common like thugs. The butcher's boys are basically kind of like a mafia running out of like the meatpacking district, running it as like a barely feasible front for their criminal operations. And the Queen of Pockets, some people don't even believe she's real. She's kind of this as legend has it, a kindly old lady who takes in wayward orphans and teaches them how to snatch purses and climb through windows and rob people in the night.
Queen of Beggars.
I don't get that reference. What is that one?
Kind of like King of Beggars, kind of just whoever runs the beggars of like a certain city kind of thing.
Oh,
Well,
no.
if you want a direct reference to it, the one that comes to mind is from Solo,
Yeah.
the Star Wars prequel, where
Yeah,
they
yeah,
were
yeah.
all taught the same thing.
Yeah.
It's a pretty
Oh.
common trope, though.
Yeah, I'm with you. So yeah. Basically, when he says who these people are, you know what he means. So they were all found dead, and the common link appears to be the smashed glass, silver, and well,
Fire
I
hands.
mean, I've not seen. Oh no, I've not seen any eyes burned out. That one's new on me. One seemed to be strangled. Another had their throat cut, I think. It seems it's the boxes, and if it is indeed, as I suspect, the work of the same killer, then he's getting more sophisticated. He's moving up in the world of nasty surprise boxes.
We've got a Unabomber on our hands. I guess at this point, I motion him like we need to see where the packages were brought in. That's probably the best lead.
He's feeling engaged and well enough now that he's doffed his cloak and he's put down his tea. But the man he was talking to kind of steels himself, goes, "All right, yeah, I'll take you down now." He leads you back down the staircase, and you emerge from the same door you came through. You carry on past, you carry on into basically the opposite corner, where there is more of like a service door, leads down a brief staircase into sort of this warren of rooms underneath the main church of Ogma. There are lots of sort of racks and study carrels, but there's also sort of an operations room where people are sorting posts. You're not too far from sort of like, I guess it's kind of like a mess kitchen where people are taking a break and having some food and whatever. Yeah, that's about all you know. Well, that's where you are, rather. Sorry.
And we can see. We can see those pigeonholes.
Yes, yeah. So you go in, and people sort of look up at you curiously, and then they carry on sorting mail and kind of putting it into the different pigeonholes. The man who brought
Who
you
was
there
on
is-
duty yesterday night?
As your voice kind of rings out in the room, one person drops an armful of letters, and everyone kind of goes, "Oh, the man who waved you in, it's like, it's all right. They're here to help." Sorry, excuse me. One of them goes over to a clipboard type device. It's a fantasy version of a clipboard. It's
Mhm.
it's
A
it's a wax tablet hanging on a wall. Yeah, there we go.
Fantasy version of the clipboard.
Sorry.
D&D
It's
clipboard.
fine. It's just such an unexpected sentence.
It holds paper. Amazing.
It's kind of it's an enchanted piece of wood with a skull that rotates and clamps its front teeth down on pieces of parchment. There we go.
The back of it, does it have the shape of an apple?
Yes. And it's amazing. There is this small pencil that is attracted quite by magic to attach itself to the side of it, and a guy rushes over and hands the tablet, the clipboard. God damn it! Sorry. Hands it over. It's a tablet. So yeah, fuck it, why not? Hands it over to the guy who showed
Need to
you
update
in.
the iOS.
Bless the miracles of the church.
Terry's
Yeah,
already
that's-
secretly thinking,
Great
I can take
job.
this and sell it.
Yeah, it's interesting, kind of in that way that people who are very very intelligent often seem to lack just common sense. Like these people seem very like just unaware of some of the miraculous things that are around them, like their weird clipboards. But let's see.
It's
And
normal to them.
yes, exactly.
So-
Yeah. So
I mean, you're a walking automaton, so
yeah, this is true. They are having a good look at you, actually, given that you're a walking automaton. But yeah, suffice it to say, this is an idea you could probably steal and market. But anyway, the guy who showed you and was like, on duty last night, Stuart Biggs. Stuart Biggs.
Stuart Biggs, are you here?
Your voice rings out down the corridor, and it feels like in the sort of the sort of corridors and tunnels underneath the main Church of Ogma, it's like all anyone can hear. So, Stuart, are you here? And you hear a voice outside going, "Fetch Biggs now." And in short order, like a couple of minutes later, a sleepy-looking man who is wearing a robe back to front, he's clearly just been roused from a deep sleep, emerges, goes, I'm Stuart Biggs. Biggs. That's right.
You were on duty last night?
Yeah, I was on duty last night. What do you want?
I pull out the packaging that we found in the room, and I show it to him and say, "You remember sorting this package, correct?"
Yeah. Yeah. It went to Cloudfoot. Why, is he unhappy about something?
Oh, very. He's dead. This killed him.
What?
This.
That's not funny, mate.
No, it's not. He was killed by whatever was inside this. So we're wondering if you noticed anything off about the placement, or like, how do you guys get these? Are they just left there by someone else? Or...
He Ribbon, he turns to you and goes, he's being serious, isn't he?
Yes, very serious.
Oh,
Puny human whose name is Biggs, answer the question. Who gave you the package?
How big are you, Eric? Just curious. How tall is your character?
At this point, I'm gonna go with the size of an NFL linebacker.
Aren't hobgoblins like tall for goblins, but they're not like huge?
I think I will check. I'm not sure, but we're gonna say a linebacker.
I want to say like 4 feet, but
Okay, but stocky.
how tall is a linebacker generally?
Like 6'4", so on.
Yeah.
like
Like
my size.
6 feet and
400
change.
pounds.
Okay, fuck it, you're tall for a hobgoblin. If you want to be 6'4", then that's absolutely fine by me.
You're a freakishly big goblin.
Here we go. Hobgoblins are between 5 to 6 foot on average, around 150 to 200 pounds.
There you go. I'm just imagining you like staring this guy down.
Yeah,
Wow.
An inch taller.
he is suddenly very awake and seems quite afraid. Oh god. It was brought in. It came in last minute. There was a rat on the door, and then I just saw some little pipsqueak run off. Left it on the floor.
What kind of pipsqueak?
It was. It was hard to see. He looked like a scrawny little thing. He would have been. I mean, if he's.
I point to the dwarf and I point to the halfling. That kind of scrawny pipsqueak or that kind of scrawny pipsqueak?
Hey,
Hey, I'm not scrawny. I'm built.
I don't
I'm
care.
not scrawny either.
I was also built.
I take my cane and smack.
Okay, that took me a second.
I smack him in the chest. I go, yeah.
Daniel?
Oh, did you hear me?
No.
Pop keeps popping out. Hello?
Yes.
Hey.
I'm back. I'm back.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
What was it you said? Something
I-
about slapping your chest?
I take the cane and I smack. What's your name? Fix it. I smack him in the chest. Say, not built like that. Built as in like stocky.
And he flex.
Yeah. Or the closest thing that he's not really like. Most of his body is just covered in just the patchwork shawl that he wears around. So you don't see anything, but he's trying to flex.
Oh, Lord.
After getting yelled at by those two, I look back to Biggs and say, "So which kind of scrawny pipsqueak? That one or that one?"
Listen, mate. I'm going to answer your question, but you got to promise me I'm not going to get in trouble with either of these two.
I turn to him and
Wait, who does he mean with those two?
The scrawny pipsqueaks.
They're fine. They can't do anything. They come up to your waist.
be honest, and we won't have to do anything unnecessarily painful.
Just because I'm small does not mean I'm not dangerous.
You're really
I
hanging
wasn't-
on that, aren't you?
Listen, no. No.
Shit.
Frankly, look, I really feel like you're not going to like this. So, frankly, when I said scrawny pipsqueak, I meant in relation to humans. I did not realise that you were going to use as metrics.
Oh, that was not offensive.
I didn't realize there were small people in the room.
I think we can all agree we're all perfect in our own beautiful ways. Now tell us.
But you are not
What you
Popo,
saw.
so you are not perfect.
It just looked like it's a skinny lad.
Child? Small person? What?
It's a human lad, small, young, like a teenager or
color.
something.
Okay, so we've ruled out tiefling.
It was dark. It's so dark hair color.
Is that usually how packages get delivered here? Just by random
no,
people throwing them at the door?
No, not really, mate. No.
Okay. So
It was unusual, but it was for the boss man. So I thought he moves in mysterious ways. I'll put this in his pigeonhole.
I think we've
What?
all,
You
we've
don't
all-
think I killed him, do you?
Oh no, you're not capable of that. That's obvious.
Down already.
Hang on a minute. I might be capable of killing someone.
Oh, good. And I tell him to arrest him.
No, wait, no, not you, not you. You're fine
I
people.
need my friend here, my buzzard. He's been hungry for a while. I'd be glad to feed him you.
No, it's all right, mate. Although, if I may ask, his feathers look a bit ruffled. Has someone been banging him about or something?
He tried to go and have lunch, and he got interrupted by a pipsqueak.
He was having lunch on your boss.
He's
Oh.
dead. He can't use it anymore.
I think I might be sick.
All right, so at this point,
If you're going to be sick, don't be sick on him.
so
Oh, no. Which one? I mean, I'm trying not to be sick on anyone.
We'll go and do that.
I move away. I start going to where the door was that he mentioned.
I start backing up.
He
I'm
was-
back away.
he was
Give him
really
some
sick in
space.
a mailbag.
All right, I'm going to ease the tension that you're putting on the man, and as a fellow man of the church, I'm going to take him aside and have him tell me anything he might want to tell me as like a confessional.
Finally, a good
Okay.
cop.
And maybe he'll feel better with me as a fellow cleric, as opposed to being given the once over by the hobgoblin there.
As you walk away.
But
with him,
here, I'll give him a little tonic. I'll
Mhm.
rub my back to squeeze his stomach there, relax him a little bit.
I'll let you do that. But as you walk away from him, I just want my vulture's gonna let out a nice little caw to make him jump.
Stop
Uh,
antagonizing the man. He's a good man of the church.
I did nothing. Good boy.
Please ignore my compatriots.
All right. What? Why'd you take me in a corner? Are you going to bash me in the head? Did I just drink some poison?
No, that was for your stomach and your nerves.
All right. You're not going to feed me to the thing.
No.
What do you want then?
I was honestly just getting you away from them.
Oh, that's very kind. I'm honest. I've told you pretty much all I know. You're like a skinny
All right.
person running away. Yeah.
All right, I tap him on the back. Go back to bed and have a rest.
All right.
As
might
he
go to
walks
sick
away,
again, if that's all right.
as he walks away, I just keep eye contact on him the whole time. Turning my head.
Thank you. Thank you. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I inadvertently employed it. Some of you might be pipsqueaks. He walks out of the room at a steady pace, and then the second he rounds the corner, you hear the slap of feet on stone as he
Runs
hoons
away.
it back to his.
He ran.
back to his.
Okay. Wasn't that
Henman is leaning against the wall. He's chewing on a small like a cheroot. He's like, well, I have to say that was deftly done. You've been bullying people along.
Very.
Oh. Well, I suppose if we're asking the right person the questions, it would be handy. Well, we've hit a dead end here. Should we, what do you want to do? Interrogate some criminals or something? We could probably go reopen the cases on the hecklers or the butcher's boys or the queen of, whatever her name was, Thimbles.
Who died last of the three?
Who knows?
Would
Queen
there
of Pockets,
possibly be a more arcane-oriented person that we could talk to about this box and see if they know anything about it?
Yeah, probably. Yeah, I think there would be. Yeah, there's like a university, definitely a university in Spalding. It's kind of almost like the unseen university, kind of like in the Institute of
Wow.
the Institute of the Unknown.
Okay.
Of course, the famous Institute of the Unknown.
Yeah.
Why didn't we think of that before? Yeah. Institute of the Unknown. He typed. Yeah.
You.
Wait, he just typed something?
Yes, on the
he's
tablet.
He's making stuff up as we go, and he's writing down what he's saying to keep track of it.
He's just
No,
typing.
no.
He's typing in the air.
Has many mechanical
I've been
wonders.
picking on him all night about this. The check, the clipboard, and now him typing out of nowhere.
Yeah, no, it's the Church of Ogma. They have such incredible things. Frankly, it's amazing that you were even taken in by the clipboard, because there is a fabulous contraption in one corner that has these enormous keys that if you hit them with hammers, they will they'll put that letter on anything.
I run up to it and I pull a light hammer out of my inventory. I just take a big old smack.
You smash. You hear someone go, "No, not the space bar!"
Yeah.
And the whole contraption just falls apart. And they're like, "Oh,
Oh, that was good.
I
but
think
just
it
feel
needs.
I feel like this. No offense, but I felt like this would have been a good idea to have him roll a d20 and a d6 and see what letter he gets.
Yeah.
fuck." Yeah, that would have been good. Sorry, pardon my French. God damn it, that's really
Can you
good.
please stop causing trouble for the fine church members here? Go outside. I'll be right there.
The warlock.
Cast
laughs the
mending.
entire
I'm
time.
going to cast mending on the space bar.
Okay. Yeah, it unsticks. Because it was
Alright.
just spooling out parchment before.
All right, let's go.
So, do we want to go investigate the box, or do we want to look up previous crime scenes?
So yeah, you can either go straight to the Institute of the Unknown, or you can go to one of the three gangs and see what elements line up.
For that, I want to go back down to the body and scrounge the entire room for as much glass that I can find of the said box.
Perfect. Okay, cool. Yeah, that's you find a goodly amount. Like it's all. There are some slightly larger pieces, like the ones you held up to the light, but a lot of them are just really tiny slivers of glass. This thing has
Oh.
shattered into hundreds and hundreds of pieces.
Would the box be like bigger than a square foot?
Not really. No, it's smaller than that. I guess it's about as broad as. It's like I'd say it's about a foot wide, and then let's call it
So-
like 8 inches deep.
So once we get once we get all the pieces together, I'm gonna cast mending on the box.
Okay.
And it should
Doesn't
repair itself, but it won't restore any of the magic.
Yeah. Doesn't mending just work on like one
Yeah,
seam?
we
Like
would
wouldn't you have to jigsaw it?
together. Yeah.
Mhm.
I guess we could do that.
You want to get some tape and fix this box?
I got plenty of glue.
I mean, it will probably help when we get it assessed by the institute, as opposed to bringing them a sack of broken glass.
Yeah, no assembly
Yeah.
required.
Well, I would. Grayson would like to do something right quick.
Okay.
Okay.
I would like to go to the sanctuary, and I have a holy symbol, and I forget how it works, but if I roll a d20, right, Daniel?
Yeah. So the holy symbol you have was from who's the god of luck? I'm trying to remember.
Yeah, I think it was
Fortuna.
what?
No, that's just Greek.
Yeah, the D&D god of luck. He got this from our old cleric, who I think you bought it off him. I think. But are you trying to pray with it, Mitch?
Yep. Yeah, I'm trying to
Tomorrow.
cover it.
Tomorrow.
Might I interest you in converting to Ex Machina?
No, but no,
No thanks, Deus.
no. I am going to be Catholic all the way.
To be honest, Michael, you probably should have named yourself Deus of Ex Machina.
Deus Ex Machina. Haha. I mean, you can go ahead and roll that, I guess, Mitch.
Okay, I'll roll it.
You're trying. Is this religion, or what are you exactly
Yeah.
trying to do?
I'm trying to pray with it so I can get some luck for a day because it lasts a day.
Oh, so it's like a luck stone.
Oh yeah, that's how we're using. I remember that now.
Yeah,
He's lucky for 24 hours.
yeah,
Okay.
like 24 hours.
Cool.
So, what was that though? Was it a D20 and was it? Were you
Mitch, do
religion?
you remember what the item is
Religion.
called?
It's a religion check.
Yeah, it's a
Right.
religion check. But I don't remember. I just remember it was like
Intelligence.
Yeah,
Is it intelligence?
It's intelligence.
yeah. Add your
It was
intelligence
a-
modifier.
It was I forget what it was called, but I have it marked here just as a holy symbol.
Well, that's basically all it said. It came out of Onifray's inventory. It really didn't have a name to it. This is
Some rosary. It's some rosary beads that you just wrap around your hand and
Yeah.
pray with,
yeah,
or
no,
meditate on, and see if any religious inspiration comes to you.
All right, here I go rolling. I
15
got
or higher.
10.
10
What's
with
your modifier?
15.
No, I don't have a modifier. It's just
For-
just straight 10.
okay.
So I got nothing.
Well, I'll leave that to
Probably
Johnny.
makes you feel better anyway.
No religious
just-
inspiration comes to you at this moment.
Yeah.
I mean, you feel, it's soothing. You walk back into the room like feeling a little bit taller. You're like, okay. I don't feel lucky, but I feel more confident in myself.
You feel good.
Yeah.
Be alive.
Yep.
Yeah.
Lucky to be alive.
There we go. Perfect.
Yeah,
Would anybody mind if we took like a 2-minute bio break? I imbibed a lot of caffeine,
Go for it. Go for
and now it needs to exit. That's too much detail. I'll be right back.
it. Sure thing.
In other words, urination.
Yeah, to call it exactly what it is, Eric. Cool. Yeah, so we're gonna go to the plan is we're gonna go to the institute and show them the box, all as a group, that what we're going with?
Well, you need to jigsaw it apparently.
Well, I mean, that's what Mike was trying to do is mend it. That way we can show it to them and be like,
University. Yeah.
I mean, if Michael wants to jigsaw it for the day while we go and look for the kid, maybe, and
That-
then we talk to the institute later.
yeah, we could probably need to, because he said it won't have any magic on it. So, I'm thinking that these prior murders are probably at least a couple of us need to go check those out.
Okay, so we're gonna full split.
What?
We can do
Well,
that.
I mean, I wasn't suggesting split party. I was just saying I think eventually, like, maybe a
No,
situation
I mean,
like we could drop the box off, then go like while they're looking at it, kind of pop
Yeah.
out, goes check some
considering
murder
where we're
scenes.
at, it works because if we have Michael working to fix the box, then we have you and maybe Mitch going to check the other scenes, and then I planned on going and hunting the kid. I don't know what you want to do, Tatiana.
Mm,
I figure Mitch probably wanted to help you, Daniel, but I don't know.
Yeah, I'll help Daniel.
Okay, I'm not very good on investigation. I dump stat intelligence, but
Well,
okay, well, I'm good at investigation, so I'll go with you two.
okay,
Hello.
yeah,
I'm good at perception, so
okay,
I think it would probably be better if Eric and Mitch go and look for the kid based on stats, and then Daniel and or no, Daniel's not good at investigation.
well, I'm not good at investigation, but I have support stuff, so I can give her guidance and all that. I could let her take lead on that.
Yeah, that'll be good.
Okay.
So we'll do that.
So, Johnny, the plan is we're going to go to the university, drop off the box, and then we're going to split the party to go look for the kid, and then also to go check out some murder scenes.
Okay, cool. Sounds good.
Fix going to fix the box, and then Grayson and Daniel. I don't remember your name.
Terry.
Tiny Terry. That's it. Grayson and Terry are gonna go check one of the other 3 deaths.
Oh, no. Was it
No.
that we were going to put
Oh wait, no.
you?
Yeah. Grayson's with me, and Ribbon and Terry.
Yeah. Yeah.
Ribbon and Terry are going to go check out the other murder scenes. Anything else, any leads or any connections. And then the other 2 are going to go look for the kid.
Cool. Great. Okay, so I guess let's start with nipping over to the university to hand stuff over. Okay, so sorry, who all was going to the university?
Just
I
me.
think he was gonna try and his hand at fixing it first.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah. Okay.
Or did you plan on just taking it, Michael?
And I can work on it on the way.
Yeah, sure. Why don't you make me a? I guess what would be the best thing for this deck? Sleight of hand to fix it, or like, do you have anything that would help you better?
Personally, I'd say it's either Dex or Intelligence.
Yeah.
Whatever it is, I'll give guidance to it.
Cool. Let's call this a deck sleight of hand, because it's kind of like a jigsaw. It's just you're sort of picking through the bits and assembling them. So yeah, just give me a roll on that.
13.
Is that with
Cool, okay.
with a 4?
With your guidance, Michael.
17.
Okay, that's now
No,
we're talking.
16. My bad.
Okay. Well, still, you manage by starting with the metal pieces. You kind of almost manage to assemble like kind of a net, like a flattened cardboard box, and then you sort of, by trying to link up the little bits of silver and kind of looking at some of the finer details on the sort of, it's almost like a filigree, but there are sort of characters in there as well. You can work out which bit belongs to which panel effectively. So what you arrive at the university with is kind of like the silver frame with just basically a few piles of glass, but they're informative piles of glass. They're well categorized piles of glass.
So it like 70% done.
Yeah, like short of the actual assembly kind of stuff. Yeah, it's like this is like in the small amount of time you had to work with this, it's actually a pretty well put together box of nonsense, basically.
Okay.
Cool. Yeah, what do you say on sort of an arrival at the university? There's a lot of oh, fucking, what was that? No, sorry, something just fell over down the back of my desk, which was vaguely alarming. You arrive at the Institute of the Unknown. It is like your standard campus university, but there is one sort of big building. It seems promising. It seems like the main campus building.
I find one of the people on campus and ask if they have like a head research division.
Okay.
Hey, random team in the quad. Where do I go?
Like, are you asking me like academia, like metallurgy, like like what?
I have a magic item that I would like to be analyzed, as it's helping with a case that in a murder.
Try just the D.
And it would be a great help if you could assist me.
You're not like a pervert, are you?
Not to my knowledge.
Okay. No, I just sorry. I'm sorry. It's not you.
Who's the head of your institute? I would like to speak with them.
Oh, come on. Really? You gonna write me up just for asking? Like, we get a lot of people around here asking about magic stuff. It's oh, you're talking about the case, aren't you? Yeah. Professor McMullen? I'll show you to his office. I'm sorry I called you a pervert.
Thank you. I appreciate your assistance.
So,
Are you a pervert? I don't have any fleshy bits to be pervy with.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do Warforged even have genders? Just curious.
No.
They technically they can be built as a frame, and
But
it kind of
it's
depends on the Warforged
They
as to
can-
whether
they
they
can
want to be binary or non-binary. But
okay.
They can be feminine or masculine in relative appearance, but no, there's no genders.
Okay. Fair enough.
Well, either way, the peppy teen who is now slightly less peppy but more kind of embarrassed shows you to an office that just has McMullen written on the door. She kind of knocks, and you hear a booming voice say, "Enter." And she kind of opens the door and is like, "Hey, there's this guy needs to talk to you. It's about a case. I call him a pervert. I didn't mean." She just runs. She just runs away.
all right, just let her
McMullen's
go
like, "Oh,
walk into the.
fascinating. Pardon me for staring. We don't see many of your type on campus. What brings you to my office?"
I get that a lot.
She's the older one.
I have this box. I said, I'm only like 5 years old.
That's pretty old.
So, well, Warforged can be like Warforged are like anywhere between 2 and 30 years old. So it's
What?
relatively young for being built. But anyway, I have this box here. We found it at the old church. The head bishop seems to have been murdered by some sort. I personally think it might have been like maybe a casting of burning hands, or maybe a demon was summoned out of it and burned him. But we have a couple of other similar cases that seem to use this box here. I was wondering if you could just look at it and see if you could tell me if you're familiar with it or what it might be used for.
Yes, please. Please do. He suddenly, very serious and moving with great alacrity, pushes a pile of papers to one side on his desk and sort of gestures and asks that you lay out what you have.
Set the pieces out in front of him on his desk.
He goes pale. Forgive me, that there's a decanter of brandy in the corner. Would you be so kind?
Well, sure, of course.
He starts as you return sort of a glass of brandy for him. He is moving with surprising speed, arranging bits of glass, and muttering to himself, just like, no, this is not good. This is not good. He keeps his head down, but his eyes flit up to you. He says, this sort of thing is... Whoever did this has either studied here or stolen secrets from us. I can count the number of people who can make a box of this on one hand.
I push a piece of paper to it. Whoa. Sorry about that. I push a piece of paper to him and I say, better yet, could you give us names?
Wait, Daniel, you're not there. Michael went alone.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah, that's right. We're separate.
Anything that you could provide, any knowledge that you could provide us with would be helpful with this case.
Sure. Listen, this type of box, it's a type of inlay. It's hexwork, really. It's meant to bind something that's been summoned, or really, it arrests a summoning at the moment it completes, until the seal is broken. But as I'm sure you can understand, this is horribly dangerous knowledge. And so when I say that the people who know about this, I can count them on one hand. I mean, there are 3 of us. There's me and there are 2 others. But I can tell you right out, the quality of this work is poor. Frankly, I'm amazed. This went off, didn't it? It killed someone?
That's what we think.
Frankly, I'm amazed. It even got out of the room in which it was made, let alone to its intended target. Whoever made this is a rank amateur. You say there are others like this?
I've been told by our head investigator that the deaths weren't. We're currently investigating the other crime scenes, but we don't believe that the other deaths were quite as magical. But we think these boxes were found at each location, and so they were used in the same implementation of this murder. As for what they summoned, I think they summoned different things.
I see. And you say that this is the latest?
This has been the latest murder, yes.
And it's the most sophisticated?
That's what we believe.
Then they're learning on the job. All right, listen. I'm going to lock down the university. I need you, this investigator, whoever you're working with, I need you to gather as much information as you can about these boxes. And come back to me.
All right, we can do
God
that.
willing, we'll find who did this and put a stop to it. But let me just say, this is a dark spot, not just on my career, but on the entire proud history of the Institute. If this gets out, there's no knowing how much damage this could do.
I'm sure we can keep it under wraps, and you and assisting in our investigation will be a nice mark on your university's career.
Well, as much as my career survives after the fact. Right, well, thank you. I believe we both have work to do. He's already crossing the room to the decanter of brandy to refresh his glass, and then he sort of... Well, you don't get the sense he was dismissing you necessarily, but he crosses back over to the desk and continues to stare at the pieces of the box and continues to arrange them.
I'll just
Who are
leave
the
you
other
to
two?
your work then.
You didn't get names.
Do you know who the other two might have been, and what their competence level in building these type of boxes would be?
Well, yes, I mean, the others are Professors Dunbarton and Rogers, but believe me, even if it meant they got caught after the first, they would never make something this poor. Of course, if you wish to speak to them, you're free to return and do so. But whoever did this is a rank amateur. Aye.
So you don't believe that either of those two would have been
No, I
suspect?
I mean, as I say, I have only my suspicions to go on, but I believe you can eliminate them from your investigations. I think not only their pride, but their fear of causing collateral damage would prevent them from releasing such a base murder weapon into
Right.
the city.
I appreciate your help. I will relay all this information to our lead investigator, and I'll let you know anything that we find.
Yes, I sincerely hope we speak again soon. And yeah, again, he kind of gets lost in assembling the box. You going to go catch up with whom are you going to catch up, or you just what are you going to do?
I don't suppose we had meeting plans, but I'll just well, they know I was out at the
I'll say we waited.
at the university, so I'll stay at like the entrance of the university.
Cool. Okay. Yeah.
Get on the
And
sidewalk
wait
and
for them to get
picked up.
back.
Yeah, we were. I'm guessing we were all just
I'll just-
outside.
I'll just sit and pray for the good well-being of the people.
Delightful. So yeah, where's next?
Ribbon, you and I wanted to check out some other scenes, right? Tatiana? Hello?
Can you hear me?
Oh, yeah, I can hear you.
There you are.
Here, I did say yes.
Oh, sorry. Didn't hear you. All right. So, did he ever mention which of the three murder scenes was the most recent? Can't remember.
Yes, it was the Queen of Pockets.
Queen of Pockets.
Queen of Pockets.
Did he come with us, or are we just on our own out here?
Oh, Henman.
Yeah, Henman.
Yeah, Henman's with you.
Okay.
Again, he's kind of looshing around in the background, just happy to be delegating.
I asked him where the Queen of Pockets was found dead, how long ago, and say we're going to go investigate that area for similar, basically looking for war boxes.
Sure. Well, the Queen of Pockets, she went 3 days ago, so her property should still be on lockdown, I think. I'll show you that. Although, strange question. What sort of footwear has everyone got on?
Leather armor, so I'm guessing just basic leather boots.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
If anyone no one's wearing particularly nice shoes, right?
No.
I mean, my plate boots are pretty shiny, but it's
I mean,
kind of a set.
They're beautiful, but they're designed to get mucky. But needless to say, Henman kind of, not needless to say, I'm going to say it. Henman has a good look at everyone's shoes and goes, no, that'll do. We're off to a rather dingy corner of the city, I'm afraid. So let's try not to get any muck spattered on you. And he saunters off down the street and leads you off to, indeed, one of the rankest corners of Spalding, which is very near to the river. the river itself is it's less a waterway and more of just like a slow moving slurry of just trash and filth. And he leads you to a boarded up rickety house. That is kind of one of the ones that is really teetering to the point where it's really leaning out over the river. Looking at it, you are amazed that anyone would dare live there in the first place. But he basically he pulls a board off of the door. The size of the frame of the door is so rotted that the board just comes away, and he pushes it open. There is a chalk circle drawn on the floor. He's like, "Oh, that's where she was found." And well, he is already standing over what to you now are quite familiar shards of glass and bits of metal. This glass, for what it's worth, is blue, and on examination, the silverwork is considerably coarser than the one you have just had a good look at.
Who all came with us? Was it the whole
It's
party?
just me and you.
No, it's just you and her.
All right. I pat Ribbon on the back. You're the investigator. I'm just here to watch your back.
Thanks. So Ribbon goes over, seeing the glass, and with her little satchel, starts carefully picking up every piece she can find, putting them in her bag. Like, I'm gonna keep these. This might come in handy later.
Henman's like, yes, good idea, good idea. Yes, that seems wise. Sure. This is for what it's worth. We gathered the cause of death for the Queen of Pockets was blunt force trauma. Indeed, if you see here, he points at the circle. Some of the floorboards are kind of caved in, so it seems she was thrown down with some force. And, that's what killed her. She was frightfully old, after all.
I look up on the ceiling, so she was thrown from the ledge.
No, this is in like the contained room. So the ceiling is quite low. In fact, yeah, you actually notice on the ceiling there is like part of what passes for plaster in this type of sort of ramshackle building is mildly caved in.
Blunt force trauma dropped down or pushed down?
Make me an intelligence investigation check.
Yep, that's 89.
You wouldn't say drop down so much as thrown down, probably. But that's about all you know.
Is there anything on the floor that looks like footprints of something large that could have kicked her up?
No. Not on a 9, anyway.
Okay. She was smashed. He was burned. She's the head of criminal underworld, or the beggars school, and he's the head of the church. So whoever's doing this is taking out powerful figures. And he said, or asking, the other two were who exactly?
The leader of the hecklers, who were just common thugs, and the leader of the Butcher's Boys.
And the body, just examining it, there's no burn marks of any kind on this body?
The body's not here.
Oh.
It was removed because this murder happened like 3 days. Yeah. 3 days back. But Henman has the particulars, so
No burn
if you want to ask any questions. No, none whatsoever. Just broken bones, contusions, stuff. Just consistent with being battered about, really.
cause of death. A certain box. Mike, did you convey like all the information about like this is probably a summoning? I'm just trying to not meditate too much.
Yes.
Okay. Somehow, whatever is. Oh, so we found the box shards. Does it look like it was a bottle of wine this time as well?
No. So, sorry. No, the bottle of wine was just a separate thing that was smashed in
Oh.
In Jeremiah's office.
Oh, okay.
That was just kind of incidental because the whole room was kind of turned over.
Right. It was.
No, all that you found in this case is just the shards of the box.
Okay. How far away to the other murder scenes?
Henman just goes, well, those were 2 and 3 weeks ago, respectively. So at that point, we just all evidence was removed it's all in my lockup, actually. As I say, I was assigned to investigate them, and it's not that I wasn't interested. It's just that I didn't see the common threads until you fine people came along. So, well done, you, eh?
Indeed. We're going to need those boxes.
Yeah, sure. Yeah. Well, let's go to the lockup. I'm slightly sorry to say it is in this part of town. Business has been poor. Let's not dwell on that. Come on. And he sort of slightly shamefacedly runs you down the stairs and over to just a crappy-looking building. A lockup even was a generous term. He leads you into a room. It's full of just like cheap liquor bottles, and there's like a desk with an in tray that is barren, and an out tray that just contains trash. It seems like he is, as you perhaps already started to suspect, a piss poor investigator. But he does, to his credit, pull out two the fantasy like baggies. We'll call them. So he pulls out two small Hessians.
Sacks of box shards.
There we go. That is the term for it. Yeah, he pulls out two small sacks and hands them over and goes, this one was the one from the hecklers, and this one the butcher's boys.
And
there we go.
Examining the box shards respectively. So the first one, the one we just found was blue. The one before that was purple. I don't remember.
Purple, yes.
Purple. These are different colors as well, I'm assuming.
Yeah, these are different colors. One of them is green, and one of them is clear. And again, so the green one is slightly more sophisticated, but you're starting to get an eye for these things now. The clear one is bad work. Like, this guy is very clearly experimenting as he goes. In fact, you're fairly certain that these ones are clear and green because they were just cheaply and readily available glass.
And the green one was.
Saying these were his first ones.
Yeah. Which one was the very first one? Which one came from the very first crime scene?
That one. It's the clear one. Okay.
So the farther back in time they go, the worse it is. So it is. Mm-hmm. They are getting better as they go. Okay. I hand both the sacks. Say, all right. So we have the evidence. We have the probable cause of death. It appears to be summoning creatures contained inside bottles. But we don't know who, we don't know why. Just out of curiosity, as I kind of peek my head out the door. I'm trying to be as inconspicuous. Do I notice anybody following us, or kind of like as we're walking around?
Yeah, make me a wisdom perception check.
Okay. That's 8. It's a 10.
You can't be certain, but you are fairly sure that in this part of town, no one gives a rat's ass about anything. let alone you, kind of wandering around. People, their eyes have already glazed over by the time they've drawn focus on you. You're pretty certain you're absolutely not being followed.
All right. Well,
Any of these? Have y'all figured out if any of these crime bosses were like trading in arcane materials that might be making these boxes?
They have not asked such a question.
yeah.
No, we have not.
Well, I just asked him, but judging by your experience with these crime bosses, was there anything at all that they had in common, as far as like circles that they would have dabbled in together?
Let's see.
Underground sources of contraband or something like that?
Well, I mean, the butcher's boys were smugglers up and down. Everyone knew that. They would run anything into the meatpacking district and run it out again, sewn up neatly inside a joint of pork. The Queen of Pockets, she was more of an opportunist, I suppose, but now you mention it, from what I understand, she did do spec work, so if somebody wanted something in particular stolen, she could put her urchins onto it. The hecklers. I mean, they were base thugs, really, but they had a line in smash and grabs. I suppose if you wanted them to take something in particular, they could be pointed that way, and their usual trail of destruction might chance upon it. Yeah, I think this theory might hold water.
And they were the only 3 crime bosses in the whole city.
Oh no, dear heart, no. There are many crime bosses in Spalding, but these are the only ones that have been murdered, at least that I know of, and certainly in this way. And
Well, here's my theory
Yeah.
as it's coming together. It seems to me they started, whoever this was, started with the lower tier crime bosses that could get them materials. And we know that the head of the church, whose name I can't remember, was investigating summoning, some sort of summoning material, which appears to be the method of murder. So it seems to me that the killing the head of the church wasn't so much related to the other 3 as it was a means to make the materials better. So this person is going. It seems like the common thread is the crime bosses. So the main thing I want to know is, now that these 3 are dead, who's filling the power vacuum in the city now?
Oh, that's a very good point. Well, as far as I'm aware, in the case of the hecklers and the butcher's boys, their seconds in command have stepped up. So there may have been a brief power struggle within, but for the time being, they seem secure. The Queen of Pockets legions, I mean, they were all urchins. They've scattered to the wind. They were simply not ready, I suppose, to run a gang without a kind old queen behind them. But, well, tell me. You tell me. You're the sharp minds here. If they were using these crime bosses to procure something, and it was with a mind to Cloudfoot's office and an attempt on his life, do you believe they're working up to something?
It seems that way. It seems that, and I point to the clear bottle. I said, "This one is really shiny craftsmanship." And then I point to the blue one we found. I said, "This was the 3rd murder, and look, it's gotten significantly better. The form of murder." And then it's like, and the one we found at Cloudfoot's was significantly better. So it seems to me whoever's doing this is perfecting their craft, is trying to, is working up towards something. Now, just so I don't know if this would particularly apply. I took the criminal background for Terry. I think that gives me a criminal contact of some kind, like a. So I would I kind of like I pat Ribbon on the back and I say, I just kind of whisper to her, keep talking him up, and I kind of like to step outside and see if I can. Basically, I'm gonna try and like get ingrained with someone that I think would be in the criminal underworld around here.
Okay, sure.
Ooh, nice.
Ribbon should have like thieves' camp, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Do.
Yeah.
Do it, do.
So
Okay. Sorry, carry on.
yeah, so I don't know if it matters, but I had written down that the criminal contact was named Big Mac, and it was a fence of some kind. That's all I had.
Incredible. Well, of course, you do remember that Big Mac has a famous, well, not famous. He only gives this out to his most trusted friends. There is a signal where if he will hear it, if he's within earshot, he will come along and come see you. It's a short whistled tune that you can use to contact him.
Okay, I go outside, and all these buildings are really, really shoddily built. They're like half leaning over.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, they're all shoddy, and a stiff breeze would knock them down.
I kind of pop into an alleyway between a couple, and I do that. I whistle into the wind, try and bounce it off the buildings.
Yeah. Yeah. What is the whistle, Daniel?
Not you, Michael.
I can't do it.
Nah, but basically it's like it's mimicking a bird call. Kind of.
Okay. It takes about.
I mean, I have high. You want me to? I have high charisma.
Yeah. Fuck it, do it. Yeah.
All right.
Performance check.
That's an 8 with. So that's an 11.
Daniel, man, you got to roll above a 10 tonight.
I know these dice are not doing well with me. It's been 8, 6, and 4.
Yeah. It takes a few minutes, and for a brief period, you're slightly worried that all you managed to attract were carrion crows. But then, sort of the squat form of Big Mac sort of shuffles down the alleyway. He's wearing fingerless gloves, and he's smoking a very, very, very short rolled-up cigarette. He goes, "Oof, hello, mate."
Yeah, long time no see.
Yeah, well, what do you want?
I got a lead on some very valuable material. I'm trying to add to the pawn shop. You know anything about summoning material?
Well, no, but if you you give me a list of things you want and a description, there's lots of shops that can be knocked over.
Alright, cool. I take out just a sheet of paper and I draw the basic shape of a bottle, and the silver we don't have, like, was it an actual symbol that we've put together?
It's more just kind of like runes
Okay.
and concentric kind of lines.
Okay.
And Daniel, I just want to point this out. These are boxes, not bottles.
Oh, right. Well, I keep thinking of the glass. Yeah, I draw the box and just general, like, what the runes kind of look like, and, like, find me anything at all that might, or anyone at all looking for this kind of stuff, and you get back with me as soon as you can. And I pull out about 5 gold, and I put it in his hand and say, here's an upfront. I'll triple that for the information.
Listen, mate. Are you trying to get me killed?
I mean, you already know who wants this?
No, I don't know who wants this,
Then
but I know who was looking for this recently.
I take another 5 gold and I put it in his hand, and I say, well, lay it on me.
No, lay it on me, mate. Didn't you say tripled?
Well, you haven't told me yet, have you?
All right, have it your way, but it'll be quadrupled. I'll have you know.
pull out 2 more gold and I say, all right, what do you need to sell it?
You never could triple it.
Make me a persuasion check. Or are you being sincere?
This is deception, but I get advantage. I took beguiling
Yeah.
influence, so I'm gonna roll 2. That's a 2, so yeah, I'm definitely rolling advantage on that. Oh, that's a 17. That's a dirty 20.
Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see how Big Mac does. And now Big Mac biffed it. He's like, oh. Yeah, I need to get me some richer context. Yeah. Yeah, all the coin of pockets. She was done in. She sent her urchins out to knock off a place. What deals in that sort of glass? The Ecklers, they did a ram and raid on a smithy. Took all their silver, I think. And well, who knows what the butcher's boys were smuggling, really, but it got them killed just the same, didn't it? So, I'm forced to ask, is this a hit? Are you trying to wipe me out, mate?
Why would I kill my best contact? Quite the opposite.
That's reassuring.
Quite the opposite, actually. I'm. Let's just say I don't like the competition taking out all my best customers. So thanks again, and I will. I'll go ahead and I'll start moving back towards it, and I'll say, I'll lean back and I'll say, next time I need you, I'm gonna give you a bonus.
You better, mate.
Yeah. And I want. Yeah, Mac.
He grabs his sleeve. He's like, mate, you didn't get this from me, but
I have no idea what you're talking about.
according to the orphans, he was a scrawny fella. And he melts into the darkness.
Yeah. I go back inside the lockup, and I assume Ribbon, you've been chatting up in this whole time.
Yeah, Ribbon, what have you been saying to Henman?
Flirting.
Oh, God, no.
I mean,
God, no.
Is it black and white in there? Steamy cigarettes.
This is not a noir film, no.
I was about to say the same thing.
Probably not much. Probably just rummaging through all the stuff, maybe trying to organize everything. Like, this place is a pigsty. How can you work here?
Careless Whispers playing on the radio in the background.
Wow.
He's for the last few minutes he's been quite defensively. It's been like, I have a system. Sure, you know, you're not a private detective. You don't know how it might work. You know, I know exactly. You name one of my cases, and I'll know exactly where everything is. What pile on the floor, under how much dust. It's efficient. And you know
here.
what?
Listen here.
What?
My aunt runs a farm, and her farm is much more organized than this. I want to hear it.
I remember that.
The pigs live cleaner than you.
With all due respect, my diminutive friend, the pigs would starve to death, whereas files and evidence and pieces of paper, they don't need fed.
As he's saying this, I bust through the door and I just run across like 3 piles of stuff. And I'm like, we have new contacts. We have... What? What?
My system.
What? Oh, I thought that was the trash pile. Listen. Shut up. I have new information. The hustler, there was the hecklers. They hit up a smithy to get all of...
You do know pigs live in their own shit, don't you?
Shut up and listen.
And so do you, apparently. Alright. The hecklers hit a smithy. They stole a bunch of silver. And the queen of... What was it? Poppers?
The queen of poppers, yeah.
Same difference. She hit up...
I don't know if the word poppers plays quite the same in the States as it does in the UK.
Nah, yeah, same difference.
Okay.
Yeah.
I mean,
Like ammonium nitrate.
Oh.
Huh?
No, that's not what we were going. Anyway, clean your pockets. Hit up a glass facility or a glass manufacturer. And I got reconfirmation that whoever has been looking into gathering these materials is in fact a very small person. So we need to get the party, and we need to go to the smithy, or we need to go to the glass manufacturer because they're probably going to be looking for more material, whoever this is.
Brilliant. Brilliant. And you know what? I accept your apology for knocking over my files.
I kicked one more.
you know, both of you are short. Both of you are the pipsqueaks, and he could make comment on that.
I know he hasn't. I'm intentionally trying to cause as much chaos as possible in this room.
It's working. He looks flustered. Okay, so where is everybody else at this point?
Grayson and I have gone off to the artisan portion of the city to try and find this kid.
Ah, yes. Okay, got it. And Ribbon and I'm sorry,
Terry.
names.
Terry.
Terry.
Terry. That's right. You're on your way to find the places that were knocked over.
Yeah. We'll hit up. Which one do you want to go to?
They are all by happenstance in the pretty much the artisan quarter of the city.
All right. Cool. We'll head that way.
Cool. Let's just say that you serendipitously meet again on the street.
Perfect. So, Mike, you're not with them?
He's still waiting outside the gate of the university for somebody to pick him up.
Oh no!
No, I'm waiting for you to come back. you know where I was going. I don't know where you were going.
All right.
And me and Grayson made a beeline for the artisan district.
Okay. Well, I'm just trying to say, are we just gonna like have 4 people and then just not Mike? Or do we?
He's just sitting outside
or
the
do we-
gates
or
with
do we-
rain come.
Yeah. Do we just want to go back and get him before we run off to our designated areas?
That makes sense.
I guess, yeah, I could, Ribbon can always go head off, to him since she has the shards.
Okay. Yeah, that's right. We need to give them.
No message or something. You could.
I don't. And that only works at 30 feet, I think. But
Yeah, nobody's got sending.
Well, I guess if Ribbon's gonna swing by with the shards, then that makes sense, right?
okay. Do that.
Cool.
We're gonna give those to
McMullen.
what's his name? Yeah, to McMullen,
Yes.
and
Cool.
then go meet up with the rest of the party.
Cool. Yeah, great. He gratefully receives them, and he's well into his second bottle of brandy by now, but it seems to just be fueling him, and he starts feverishly assembling the panels on the other box. And yeah, you all meet up. You're in the artisan district.
All right, we have 2 areas. We've got a smithy and we've got a glass manufacturing plant. They were both hit up for material, and it's a small guy. So keep an eye out for children. And where do you think we should go? Which one should we go to first?
Did you really feel the need to tell us what we were literally doing here for an hour before you got here?
Yes.
Well, great. I guess not just your stature is small.
Hey, I have a -1 intelligence, all right?
It's
My-
only a -1 intelligence.
It's only a -1 intelligence.
Sorry, what exactly are you looking to find out from these merchants?
The merchants not necessarily anything, because they either are just selling glass or other ways. I'm looking for a specific person. If I don't find them, I might find friends.
Oh, you mean your suspect?
what we have to go on is he's small and disappears in the statue, into the shadows. So
No.
our
Oh,
best
sorry.
guess.
When I said and he disappears into the shadows, I meant
Big-
contact.
The fence.
Oh,
Daniel's
the
fence.
Yeah.
Looking for the kid.
So we're looking.
We're looking for a
Scrawny,
young,
black-haired kid.
a young teenage human with black hair.
Or something matching this.
Okay. Yeah. Cool. So where are you going first?
I was leaving that up to party. Which one do you guys want to hit first?
Glass.
Glass.
Let's go to the glass place then.
Alright. Head that way.
Cool. Yeah. It's like a big yard basically, with all the kind of different stations that a glass blowers sort of has. Various very hot ovens, kilns or whatever, and stations where they'll roll out glass, they'll pour glass. It's a bustling yard of industry, and you can stop any number of people with thick leather aprons on who are sort of dirty with coal smoke and all that kind of stuff.
Before stopping anyone, do a quick once over of the entire population there. Any younger, scrawnier?
Just make me a wisdom perception check. Go for it.
Perception. I do that decently well.
All right.
Not when I roll a 3, so it's a 7.
Oh my god.
my modifier is higher than what you just rolled.
Yeah. Did you roll
I
0?
hope the cleric has a high wisdom.
23 for perception.
Is it all of us?
There is. I mean, anyone who fancies a crack at it. If you're all on the same investigation, then.
Okay. That's fine.
So who biffed it? Sorry.
Me.
Aha.
The humans all look the same to you.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go lift up some masks and just get in their face, like looking at them real in depth, just invading all kinds of personal space.
Hey, 6 feet apart.
Social distancing.
How's a few thousand feet?
Okay, you start to sort of menacing people. Who got the 23?
I did.
Okay.
I need to go
The
check
cleric.
on Grayson, on Mitch. I'll be right back.
Fair enough.
Sure.
Did Mitch fall asleep?
I heard him snore.
Sounds like it. Just wondering.
That's the first to me.
It's actually pretty a common occurrence with him.
Oh, okay, cool.
It's not a reflection of your.
Oh no, don't worry.
She's snapping at him.
You're embarrassing me.
Pretty much. I bet that's what's happening.
I missed you, my man.
Hi guys.
Hello.
You up, man?
You didn't.
You good?
You didn't miss much.
You awake now?
You there?
I thought
Okay.
I was the one.
You guys might want to mute your mic if you're gonna have some hanky panky.
Um,
Now that would be a first for me
yeah.
on Discord. Where were we?
Eric, you were
We
getting.
hunting-
Yeah, you were getting in people's faces.
Oh yeah, that's right. Okay. It was so fix it. You look around. You're like, no, nobody who's scrawny works here. Like you've got to be muscled to make it in the glass making world of Spalding. You're pretty sure that they're not here, basically.
Based on
But-
the data you've given me, I don't see anyone that matches the description.
Yeah. Whereas Razak, you lift one mask in particular, and a surprisingly strong hand shoots out and grips you around the throat, and a woman gets like nose to nose, and you're just like, "What are you fucking doing, mate?"
Well, I'm looking for human. You look human.
Yeah, I'm a human, mate, but why are you looking under my mask?
I need to see your face. You are
Where's
not
the-
male, so you are not human I look for.
Well, bully for me, mate. Now, give me a reason I shouldn't smash your kneecaps.
Because that would be very hard with the armor I have on.
Do you really want to bet me I won't?
I,
Or
s-
that I
I
can't?
mean, you
I-
can certainly try,
I
but
s-
in my vulture and my glaive will come to your throat quite quickly.
Before I see this go into a full-on brawl, I step around and I cast Friends on the woman.
Yeah, fair enough.
It's a 16. What do I have for that? I'm not used to spellcasters.
Friends is just advantage on a charisma check.
Okay, but I'm talking about like what I add to the actual roll. Do I have efficiency?
Oh, no,
Persuasion or whatever you're
Oh.
about to try to convince her to do.
Yeah.
No, he's talking about she makes a save against his friends.
Yeah, my spell save DC is 14. I guess that's what matters.
Oh, okay, perfect. Yeah.
New character, who this?
Well, no, that's a 13 total.
Ooh, yes. Terribly sorry, miss. My friend here is not used to people. And I grab him by the arm and I start dragging him away. And she's not hostile to me. Is she still hostile to him?
She throws a wrench at his head. Yeah.
I don't let him drag me away. He tries to grab my arm, and I just stay there because she's still got her hand on my throat, and I'm just looking at her completely unperturbed.
Oh man, please let go of my friend. You didn't mean any offense by it.
The wrench missed, by the way. I rolled a 6.
Wow, that might have hit some glass.
Let's see if it did.
Her palms are
Yes.
sweaty.
She smashes someone else's work.
Yeah, and you hear some other guy on the other side of the room be like, seriously?
You bloody wench! Watch what you're fucking doing!
She runs over there and punches the dude square in the jaw.
Okay.
Basically, this whole place seemed to be like a really Larry Cockney powder keg, and now they're all just punching each other in the face.
Okay.
I start to walk away laughing, going, "Silly humans."
In the chaos, do I notice no one of the stature that we're looking for?
No, there's no scrawny guys.
No
Okay.
scrawny guys.
Okay. Does it look like so? Is there a foreman of any kind around
Not one that isn't involved in a brawl. You don't think?
there? All right.
Like it's an all out like it looks like a Wild West barroom brawl.
Awesome.
Forget you
Do
were.
I spy anything like an office, like a headmaster's office?
Yeah, there's there's the office where sort of people clock in and clock out.
Cool. I look to Ribbon, I wink, and I point to the headmaster's office.
Mm-hmm.
Tatiana,
Nod.
yeah,
Back.
and I make
Nod.
my way up there with her.
All right. There is like a paunchy, balding man behind the desk, just pushing a pencil around. He's like, "Hello. Do you want some glass?"
Sort of. You selling anything out the ordinary recently?
He looks out the window and goes, "Well, by the time they're done, we'll be selling bags of shards, if that's what you're into." Because they're smashing it up, mate. Because
Yeah.
they're having a fight, mate.
Yeah. I noticed that.
Oh, right. Oh, sorry. Yeah. Well, what sort of unusual are you looking for?
The arcane kind. And I point to I actually have like a staff that's an arcane focus, and so I, like my walking stick. So I point to like the tip of the. It's got like a little glass shard or like a glass looking jewel on the tip of it. And I'm like something like this.
Ooh, may I?
I don't hand it to him, but I hold it out so he can examine.
He respects that. He gets sort of one of those little jeweler's eyeglass things out. He's like, this is nice work. Where'd you get this?
A bitch.
Bloody hell, mate. Well, God, a time ago, yeah. I would have said we had plenty of that sort of stuff. But the truth is, mate, we got raided, and it's going to take us a while to knock some of the new stuff up. Especially since it looks like there's an almighty crash from outside as the brawl continues. He goes, "Yep, it's going to take us a while, mate."
My condolences on that. So, that's actually the reason we were coming. We need to know more about that raid.
And I try and like, I guess we're gonna do like a good cop, bad cop thing. I don't know, ribbon. And so I walk over and I kind of lean on the edge of the counter, or at least as best I can because I'm 3'5". And so my head's just like peeking me over, and I'm like, listen,
Did you guys get a good look at who broke in exactly?
Oh, no, it happened at night, mate. Well, I mean, it was the. We already know this. Hang on. It was the. Did I say it was the Hecklers or the Butcher's Boys?
I think it was the Butcher's
Well,
Boys.
Smithy. No, the butcher's boy hit the smithy.
Okay.
Then it must have been the Hecklers.
Yeah.
Oh, because smash and grab. Yes,
Yep.
I remember. How droll. Well, it was the Hecklers, mate. Everyone knows that.
Okay, so the hecklers stole your material.
Yeah.
You made any efforts to recover any of it?
Oh, mate, we just put an insurance claim in. No one goes after the Hecklers. It's pointless. As you there's the door swings open, and a scrawny lad walks in and hands a piece of paper over to the foreman.
Does he have dark hair?
It's like a mousy brown.
I pick him up by the collar.
Oh gosh.
So, what are you doing, sir?
You look about right.
For what, sir?
What's
You are human, right?
I snatch the paper off the table and I start reading it.
Well, I need to know. You make delivery to church?
No, sir. I don't do delivery, sir. I do requisition orders, sir. We wanted some glass, sir.
Is that what it says on the paper? It's a requisition order.
It is, yes, and it is from the institute. It's for the university, sir. We were.
What kind of glass are they asking for?
Since you run paperwork, you may be able to tell us who has bought colored glass recently.
The university, sir, probably.
Of a
Quite a lot.
magic kind?
The foreman like waves he's waving for you to give him the piece of paper, and he looks at it, he's like, how many times I told them at the university. And he's actually not directing this at the puny child who's being held up several feet off the ground, but he's sort of just directing it at Terry and at Razzik, being like, same thing I just told you, we're going to be out of that glass for ages, and yet they keep sending in requisition forms as if we're lying, as if we're just holding it back.
I point to the paper very quickly. Does it say a specific name, or is it just the institute in general?
No, well, this one's just it's just there's the seal. That's it. They're not personalised. We don't give them monkeys, mate.
Okay.
They're buying, we're selling. But these lads, why are you looking for one of these?
For one of these, he means the glass.
No, he nods at the child. The team.
Yes.
In point of
Yes, we
fact,
are.
something like that. Someone like that.
Oh well, these are just master's assistants, mate. They'd 10 a penny. You want to find one of these? You actually just go to the institute, wait for the pigeons to come home to roost. Surely, mate.
Much obliged. And
It's all right.
I lean out the window. Is the fight still going on out there?
Oh yeah.
Can we see a path that gets us through the door outside without going through the fight?
I'm gonna carry it out with me and use it as a shield.
You carry the blade out.
Okay. All right. Well, why don't you all just make me like whichever's higher for you, strength athletics or dex acrobatics. Just tell me what you roll, and we'll see how well you come out of it.
Each of us.
Strength,
Oh, yeah.
Strength would be my highest.
Oh, my
I
God.
can work with that.
That's a
19.
9 for me.
I can work with a 19.
Wow.
If it was Dex, it was acrobatics, right?
Yeah, dex acrobatics or strength athletics, whichever one you prefer.
So I have a 21.
And that's
Sorry, what was that?
She got a 21.
Oh, amazing. Yeah. I mean, like, so, Ribbon and Razak, you come out of it fine. The teen that you were using as a human shield, despite being in full plate, is very upset, but mostly unharmed. His clothes are torn, and for some reason he's just holding on to like a pair of tongs that he grabbed, like hoping maybe he could get out of your grasp on the way.
After we get out of the mosh pit, I go, "Hey, that's a good growth for you. Now get back in there," and I throw him in the mosh pit.
No! Poor kid.
just leave him to the dogs. Wow.
Okay.
I'm teaching him to toughen up.
Let's see.
Because why not?
And I.
Oh boy. Yeah. You throw him in, and kind of like somebody was volleying a tennis ball. You just see him get uppercutted, and he just flies clean into the air.
Ooh.
Kid, oh my
I
God.
was like, ooh.
That's gonna hurt in the morning.
Tiny Terry, you're not hurt or anything, but you're pretty roughed up. Like you look like you've spent a few hours in a mosh pit.
I got smacked.
Like you
Pushed around quite a bit. You can't really tell it, but the rags are a little bit more torn than they were before. I have to stitch that up later.
There we go.
I can fix that.
I take it off and I hand it to him.
I'm just gonna mend all of the little cuts and things on his
So is
robe.
Tiny Terry just naked now?
No, he's got leather armor on. He just wears the robe outside of it. He's stripped
Just
naked.
in the middle of the street.
I would have been fine with a yes. I just I'm just curious, really.
No, he has leather armor underneath. What'd you get?
Actually, this is an interesting question. Michael, do you have armor on? Yeah,
I
you're
do.
in plate.
I have the plate grafted to my
He can't take it off.
body,
He is always.
Then, in other words, you are naked.
and
Well, he's
well,
a robot.
I have robes on, like dress cleric robes on over that.
But his armor is his skin, basically.
Yeah, I know, but then he'd technically be naked.
Alright.
Like when I played a Warforged, I walked around naked for like a month
So, Mike, just curious,
because I didn't need clothes.
Just curious, when you say you're fixing the robe, are you like are you trying to just like take the patchwork and actually like just re-sew it, or are you actually like making it look brand new?
No, like the mending is fixing all of the cuts and things that are in your robe. So I don't know, like the material won't change any, but it'll look seamless.
It's nice and
Like
shiny.
it was supposed to be that way, not patchwork, I guess.
That's what I'm saying. Is like it actually looks legit now.
Yeah.
Ooh, thank you.
Anyway, I rolled a 16 athletics.
Yeah, no, you're like absolutely fine. Basically, you just managed to like duck and weave. It's kind of like that bit in like Disney's Robin Hood, where Lady Cluck kind of just like American footballs her way out of the field. Is that too deep a
Fine.
cut? I don't know.
No, that's fine. Yeah, it just pushes away out.
Perfect. Oh my god.
To be honest, I was expecting somebody to actually like punch him in the jaw, and then
They break their hand.
just broke their knuckles.
Luke Cage it.
Yeah.
The wrist snaps.
But yeah, no, everyone manages to get out of the continuing fray in the glassmaker's yard, basically.
Except for the intern.
Except for the intern.
Well, you threw him back in.
Well, he's out now, but
Oh, he's out.
like he's somewhere in the ionosphere right now. He'll land eventually somewhere. He'll be better off, maybe, or he'll be dead. Who knows?
Probably the latter.
So he'll be better off.
Yeah.
Later down the campaign, you're gonna have an arch enemy later.
It's gonna happen.
It's fine. It's just puny human.
So, I just rolled for Henman, who did not do so well.
Oh no.
Henman comes out with like one of his eyes is already swelling shut, and he is bleeding profusely from the nose and pinching the bridge of his nose to stop the bleeding. He's like, glassmakers, what? Who knew people working in such a fragile field could be so fragile?
I walk up to him. Let me see. I cast Cure Wounds on it.
Aww. He gets a little misty-eyed. He's like, that's the kindest thing anyone's done for me in quite some time. Ooh.
Yeah, don't get used to it.
I said that'll be 3 gold.
Seriously? Well, I suppose it's on expenses, isn't it? Yeah, all right, fine. Yeah, 3 gold. It gives you 3 gold.
Awesome. Just gotta get hurt a couple more times. I whisper that myself as I walk away.
Let's see if he hears that.
Let's see if he hears that.
He doesn't hear that. Cool. All right. But he, like, as you walk away, so hang on a minute.
I think I may have chose the wrong alignment for our current party makeup.
Possible.
Oh yeah, we're all chaotic, except maybe Grayson.
I'm straight on waffle. I'm straight on waffle.
Being quiet.
I'm actually playing like a lawful good character this time.
I'm straight up chaotic neutral.
I'm awfully good.
Yeah.
Get ribbon and thing on.
It's just you and me, Tatiana.
Yeah, I think so.
It's fine. We can work with it. It's fine. But Henman's like, well, if the suborbital teenager came from the university, shouldn't we just go round up all the pipsqueaks and then see which one of them is the pipsqueak?
It took a lot of time.
I was thinking, like, apparently there are 3 people at the institute who are capable of this kind of work. However,
Right.
the head, the head professor, said that he didn't suspect his coworkers of being capable of this kind of work since he's known them for so long.
Mhm.
And I was thinking maybe it was a student or something at the university who has got a hand of this kind of research and is trying to replicate it on his own and is just figuring out. So I figure we can talk to the professors and see if they have any ideas about which of their students it might be.
Or, secondary, we spread a rumor that we know where some material is, and we lay a trap. Maybe he'll
Or-
come and look at us.
You could spread a rumor that one of the students is a dork.
Okay.
We can do that.
That was unexpected.
We could do that
Might not
too.
be a rumor.
Okay, well, great. Whichever one you want to do, really. I don't mind.
We have the glass. We have to shut glass from the other boxes. And actually, we're right next to a glass. Well, there's the fight going on inside. There's no. I was trying to think. Is there any way we could get some material that we could forge, like a sort of? I don't know. How would this glass?
What?
Like, I'm trying to say, like, could we get some glass and then like pass it off as being arcane?
Potentially.
Glass blowers check. If you wanted to make a glass thing, and then probably an Arcana check from someone.
Yeah, that would
Like-
probably work.
Also, like
Yeah.
maybe deception, also to try to make it look legit.
Well, I can
The
handle that.
problem is, though, there's currently a fight going on inside.
That's what I was
There-
implying. Yeah.
It does seem like a lot of the glassmaker's quarter is out of action. Hanman sort of pipes up. He's like, "Well, here's the thing. I mean, sure that they're sending out little skyborn squits to try and get more glass and stuff, but they must have some of this stuff at the university. So maybe we could just ask the professors if they can give us enough to create a honey pot to then spring the trap that caught the pipsqueak that murdered the people who ran the church."
Fair enough.
That
Yeah, it seems-
actually sounds like a good idea.
Yeah.
Well, I've been known to have one.
Working clock is right twice a day.
No,
In addition, we have the professors go and send their little errand boys to go and fetch the glass too. That way they know, because they are likely involved.
Yeah.
Oh, so if one of them turns up and murders someone,
Yes.
we'll know that's the killer.
Well, if they murdered someone, they're a killer all the same, but yes.
We watch for whoever goes for the glass.
I
Specifically,
don't think we should have them send all of their errand boys to get it.
we just
No.
looking for the killer.
They just inform them that they are collecting the glass and putting them there, so there's no need to go out and get more.
Ah.
Yeah. Cover. The glass place, the glass manufacturer, has unfortunately been shut down due to a incident, and they can no longer produce it. So the only remaining glass is at the university.
Yeah, that will play, I think. Probably.
That idea.
Let's go have a natter with some people and see what turns out anyway.
Okay. So I guess we all go back to the university and try and talk to the headmaster.
Or the
Guess
guy
so.
who are being spoken with.
Yeah,
Well-
yeah, McMullen.
Mm-hmm.
Mullen.
Yeah, one and the same, pretty much. So yeah, okay, cool. You book it back to the university, no pun intended, and you are quickly shown into McMullen's office. He is 3 bottles of brandy deep now, but again, it seems to have just sharpened him. He has assembled all of the boxes. But as you walk in, he pretty much roars at you like, "Cat, bound out, rank amateur. Look at, excuse me. Look at this. I mean, I'm amazed this person is still alive, let alone actually constructing summoning ceiling boxes. Look at them. They're rubbish. All of them.
You could do better.
Of course I could. I mean, I already told you, dear heart, I wouldn't let this out of the room.
Excellent. We're going to need you to make a 5th.
I'm sorry.
We need you to make a 5th box. And we need you to tell all your students where it is.
What? Why ever for?
Because one of your
Don't
students
listen to that person.
is-
The idea here is a bit too big for his small brain. So, and we make a box, or we put out rumor of box, and then we have students or teachers, whoever is using glass to make box and do shitty craftsmanship, as you say, come to get box. We stop them, or we just catch them, and that is that.
This seems awfully dangerous. You won't let it fall into the wrong hands.
Well, don't finish the box.
It doesn't actually need to perform. It just needs to look like it.
Yeah, don't actually put any magic on it. Just.
I am an artiste.
Are you a murderer?
But
Fine, then don't make the
We'll
box.
dispel this.
You are.
Just
particular-
tell them you made the box, and then we do it anyway.
All
It
right,
doesn't
no,
have to be an actual box. Just put
I'm-
away glass.
I'm sorry, I didn't. Yes. No, you're right. There are bigger things at stake here than my academic reputation.
Oh, that's at stake if we don't catch this person.
Well, why do you think I've drunk so much? I'll make you. I'll make you a box.
Do you want some hot brown bean juice to wake up? Sober up.
Hot brown morning potion.
Hot brown morning potion, exactly.
Yes, please. Yes, that sounds great. What is it?
Uh, I actually don't
Any
have enough
chance
to
you
make.
got that in your chest, Michael?
That's what I was asking.
I have alchemist supplies.
Okay, then you can probably make something.
Mike can make something.
Make him a highball. Wake me up. Whatever it is.
I'll give guidance to this.
I'm gonna. I will go out and. I also have a herbalism kit,
Oh, please,
so I
with
can
it.
go out and I don't know, scrounge some things.
Please, with this. This is.
Oh, no, they should have. They should have like herbs and things.
It's a university, incidentally.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, there's plenty of supplies. It's a veritable cornucopia of stuff that you can make a thing from. Just depends sort of what we're aiming at here. Are you giving him like a cup of coffee? Are you like hopping him up with speed? Or
The idea was
I mean, I guess it depends on the role, I guess.
Just like some coffee.
okay,
That being
all right.
said, cocaine is a fantastic motivator.
The D&D equivalent.
It wasn't always illegal.
18 on the coffee brew. There.
Oh my, that's some like artisan stuff right there. You've kind of like you find out that to your delight, the university has one of those like vacuum heating things where like it's a bunch of like glass bulbs and stuff that as you heat the water it draws stuff through pipes and blah 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 blah. It's incredibly complicated, kind of like Gail Benneker's setup in Breaking Bad.
Oh, yeah.
I have invented coffee.
Hot
you
brown morning potion.
From something as just as simple as pinto beans, and yet here we are. He drinks it down, and he seems to wake up and sort of liven himself up a bit. And he goes, "Excuse me." He disappears into basically what like it's like a private sub office of his office. It's like a little personal lab
While
he
he
has.
while he's working on that, we should probably discuss the actual plan for the trap itself.
Mhm.
So,
I mean, is there a need to trap?
we don't want them
Okay,
getting
also-
away. We don't want them getting away. That's what I mean. Like, not the bait, the actual like catching the person part.
I mean, even if they get away, we then at least have a face.
Be better if we had the person.
Well, don't let them get away.
So
I believe that is within your capacity.
I have sleep as a first level spell. I think that is an AoE effect.
Yeah, it's 5d8, and then you compare the result to hit points, and then as many creatures as it can overwhelm in terms of hit points, it will put to sleep for a minute.
Okay. So what?
And it can also be upcast.
Yeah. So what if I just hide in waiting for whoever comes to get the box, and then I cast sleep on them, and then we tie them up while they are incapacitated, and we just start questioning when they wake up. Sounds simple enough.
Welcome to try.
All right.
Okay, we need to go tell the other two professors.
At this point, McMullen walks back out of his office. It's been a few hours. He has massive sweat patches under his arms. He's like, yeah, we should call them in. Here's the box. It's done. It's done.
Well done. It is much better than the others.
Yes, I hope so. Hold on. He rings a bell pull in the corner, and a scrawny youth with blonde hair runs in. He goes, some of the others. I need to speak with them immediately. And the Wayne runs off. And in short order, Dunbarton and Rogers are brought into the room, and they file into the room. They are typical academic types. They sort of nestle into their favourite chairs in the room and go, McMullen, what's all this about? You know we're busy. Just shut up. They'll explain.
All right. So,
This, my puny humans, is about murder.
well, I'm getting right to it. I was gonna kind of lead around that, but all right, fine. Yeah, someone's dead. going right for the jugular.
And these
There.
boxes have been used.
No subtlety at all. Okay, fine. I like it. Direct approach. So listen.
Michael, were you yelling at me?
Oh,
Hello?
Mike.
Okay,
Hey.
I guess not.
Someone's doing stuff.
So we're going to set up a trap for the murderer that's been murdering people with your research in order to stop them from murdering people with your research so that it doesn't tarnish your precious college's reputation. And we would like your assistance with that in spreading a rumor that you have a completed box.
It is the best quality you have. Watch over it.
And we need you.
Oh, go ahead.
You carry on. No.
And we need you to put it somewhere with not with minimum enough access that students could get to it, but more contained area with lots of places to hide.
All three of them look at each other and go, staff room.
Perfect.
And by way of explanation, McMullen turns to you and goes, little bastards, always breaking in. Little bastards. They think we don't know.
Perfect.
The other two, Rogers and Dunbarton, they look at McMullen meaningfully, and one of them goes, I hope you know what you're doing. And sort of looks meaningfully at the box. And McMullen goes, yeah, don't worry.
Just in case he got a little too carried away, I do cast Dispel Magic on the box.
Okay. Does that just happens, doesn't it?
What? I think
There could be a DC depending on the.
yeah, I think
has.
I think usually it's
What level do you cast?
my
Dispel Magic?
my Dispel Magic is at 3rd level because that's the
Yeah,
max
he's
level,
only able to do third levels.
and that's my that's my second spell per short rest. So I'm out of spell slots for now.
So if whatever spell was cast on the box is above 3rd level, then he has to check.
Got it. No, it is fine. He dispels magic. The lid of the box pops open. You hear McMullen going, "Oh, come on!" And a flump appears in the room.
What's a flump?
Oh, a flump is like a floating marshmallow with tentacles.
The
They're
nicest
so cool.
creature in D&D.
They're so cool because
You remember the little wisp things from like the Avatar movie?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Oh, okay.
I always thought
I don't know about it.
jellyfish with eye stalks.
yeah, it is pretty much.
I point to it and I go, "We told you, no magic,
It's a flump.
and it could
Flumps
kill
are
somebody."
harmless. You literally no. If you turn it upside down, it dies.
I know. I'm just.
Yeah.
I don't think Terry understands that. Like, this is not going to kill someone.
I'm a professional. I'm not going to make a forgery. I have a reputation to think about.
We need a forgery.
Also,
Whatever.
well, you've got one now because it doesn't bloody work.
Perfect.
Oh, that's it. Okay.
There's a flump just floating in the room,
Okay. Cool.
occasionally making flump noises because it propels itself with little jets of gas from those tentacles.
It's a cute
What's
little
wrong with
beholder.
it?
In an odd kind of way, it's kind of cute.
There's a fucking flump in my office.
Well, now you have a pet flump.
Well, is that what-
Congratulations, tiny human. Now we go set trap.
Tell you what. You can put it back in after we're done with it.
All right, fine.
Or Riven can keep it as a pet.
I would
Yeah.
love to have a flump as a pet.
Please take the flump.
Hey!
They're actually really interesting creatures,
You
too.
take the phone.
Take the flump.
Excellent. He breathed an
Excellent.
audible sigh of relief to be rid of this flump. And yeah, like so, you basically you go into the staff room, which is just a mishmash of different. It's really untidy, kind of in the same way that that Henman operates. It's just a massive like coat hooks and cupboards and random piles of stuff. Like you're not gonna find it hard to hide in here. I mean, maybe if you're a very tall hobgoblin in full plate, you'll find it tricky. But
I look at Ribbon. You got anything trap related with you?
Let me see. No, I shouldn't.
Thinking rope, probably. It's classic.
What's outside the staff room? Is
So
it just the
there-
hallway, or does it connect to a cafeteria, or what?
no, it's so there are two exits from the staff room. One leads straight into
I
a
have
study
rope.
hall. The other one leads into a back staircase. It leads out into a back staircase that leads into basically the basement of the university that is just like a storage area.
Ooh, perfect.
All right, cool.
Basement.
That's what I'm doing. I am going to stand on stairs and pretend to sleep.
And fix it burrito.
I'll sit in the room
You'll sit.
somewhere.
Okay. It'll just
I mean,
be.
there's like a whole bunch of just random stuff in the room. Like looking around
Like
you.
on the off chance that y'all fall asleep when it comes in the dead of night, I'm always conscious, regardless if we're taking a long rest or not.
You're the scanner.
Yes.
But of course. Okay. So yeah, how is everyone else hiding?
Ribbon, you can hide pretty well. You probably have very high stealth.
Do.
I don't have a dex modifier, but anything that I could use to disguise myself?
I mean, you could just hide under a pile of paper
That's probably
It's true. This is a
or,
messy.
or in a box. Probably there's probably a box.
Yeah, is there?
Everyone just make
I'm just gonna do a like Metal Gear Solid just in a box.
cool. Great. Yeah, everyone just make me like just a dex stealth check, just to see how well we do.
Ooh, that's a 17 with history of 17.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Stealth.
I mean, I'm not hiding, so
Yeah, no, you're absolutely fine. Don't worry.
Oh, that's a natural gorgeous 20.
Perfect.
Hello. Yeah, well, do you describe it to me? How do you hide? Are you just like clinging onto the ceiling by your fingertips, or
She just blinks out of existence.
spider ribbon.
With a 20, you can do it.
What? You know what? Actually, I will take two, because I have daggers.
Mhm.
I will take my daggers and cling myself to the ceiling.
Oh, amazing. I love it.
Just in the corner, just staring down.
Okay, so
Rickson got a 19, by the way.
Ooh, nice.
oh, amazing. I mean, yeah, you hide yourself perfectly. Like it's yeah.
I mean, if I can find a dark corner, that's
Yeah, perfect. Okay, so if everyone is tucked away, it's a short wait. I mean, teenagers, they've got no chill. It takes about 20 minutes before you hear the door from the study room creak open an inch. And you see a head kind of poke in through the doorway. It's a teenage boy. He's got dark hair. And well, he satisfies himself that there is no real danger going on, or no one in the room rather. He starts to creep in. He starts looking around, and his gaze falls on the box that has been. Was it left on a table?
I think it was. Yeah, we just kind of left it just on the table somewhere.
The second he sees it, he drops all pretense of self and just starts gravitating towards it. Like he just scurries over.
How wide is this room in total?
I am gonna say it is 30 foot long and about 20 foot wide.
So if I can't sleep, it actually would get all of this.
No, it's a targeted spell.
Oh, it is? Oh, okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna move over and block the door.
Just a robot, just right there in front.
Okay. Window. Yeah, no, he is just absolutely caught up in picking up this box.
Alright.
He even stops to savor the moment, kind of runs a hand along the edge, and then sort of snaps back into being a naughty teen and sort of looks over his shoulder to see if anyone's there. Are you blocking the door in a stealthy way or in a just sort of standing there being imposing kind of way?
No, I'm just standing there being imposing.
He straightens up, looks shifty, he's like, one of the masters sent me here. I've got to retrieve this.
Daniel, didn't you use sleep?
I was just gonna kind of let him stand there for a minute.
It's alright. I didn't. Yeah.
In that case, Michael, he's talking to you.
No, I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna stand.
Oh,
Just stand there. Ribbon, you
Yeah.
want?
Well, cool. I'm gonna. Yeah. All right. Yeah. Cool. Well, if you say that, yeah, I'll go the other way. It's all right. Yeah. Okay.
I
Right.
dropped down my feet from the ceiling. You're not going anywhere.
Oh, come on. You should have let him go through the door.
Nah.
Through the door.
Is there only one doorway in and out of this place?
No,
I'm
there are
blocking. Oh,
You're blocking the
main-
one door. The other doorway
blocking
leads
one
to
door.
me.
I guess I'll pop out. Surprise, motherfucker! And I'll cast sleep on him.
Okay. Cast sleep, please.
Let's see.
Shit.
Page. Sleep. 276.
Third level. That's gonna be like what, 90?
No, it's not third level. Sleep is first level. Dispel magic is third level.
Yeah, but as a warlock, you can't cast first level. Everything you cast is at max level.
Okay. Alright, fine. Third
that's
level
why I
sleep.
suggested when you're picking your spells to pick things that actually scale with level rather than just
It's
whatever they're casting.
it's a one-shot character.
Yeah, that's 98.
Okay. I have 5 in front of me, so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna get his hit points.
Yes, I would agree.
Odds are good, but he's got 98 worth of sleep. Lot.
So from the 5 I rolled, I'm already looking at that's 12, 19, 23 so far with 4 more. That's 23, 30, 37, 40, 45 total.
Yeah, this dude's really asleep. He's very much
You-
asleep.
He's
Your
comatose.
your magic train. He may be dead.
He just passes out. Just,
Wow. He does pass out.
Falls over and bangs his face on the floor.
Actually, he falls backwards. And there's an ominous crunch from underneath him.
Oh, nice.
Oh no.
Nobody stopped the box from getting broke.
do we see blood?
Oh, no, I'm not talking about the box that you set as a trap. That's in his hand.
Oh,
That falls harmlessly to the floor. But from this kid's back pocket, unfortunately, probably doing him quite a lot of damage, comes roaring fire elemental. We should probably roll initiative.
Yeah.
The kid just had a fire elemental gem in his back pocket.
Apparently.
Holy crap!
All right. That was.
We're at magic school, so that's not the weirdest thing I would imagine could happen.
Exactly.
That was a
That's
natural.
still pretty holy crap.
That was a natural one for initiative.
Wow.
What is-
I have an 18 for ribbon.
I have a 17 for Grayson.
16 on Razak.
I didn't do much better, Daniel. I rolled a 5.
It's not a 1. My dice are trying to kill me. I'm convinced of that.
Well, the elemental's going on a 6, so you know, don't
okay.
feel too bad.
That's fair.
All right, let's do this thing. So, by my count, Ribbon, you're first.
Okay. Cool.
Hello.
I'm here.
Oh, sorry.
I'm here. Let's see. Well, I assume I would be pretty close. Drop down behind. I dropped down
Mm-hmm.
not too far behind.
You can attack them bonus action high.
You know what? Yep, I'm going to do that. I like that idea.
Dive into the stack of papers.
Yes. Under the table.
So what I'm gonna do first, I'm going to try to attack with my short sword.
Mm-hmm.
So. Would be an 18.
Yeah, that'll definitely do it. Roll me your damage, please.
Will do. That's 7 damage.
Okay. Is that piercing?
Yes.
Then I'm afraid it is not 7. It is halved.
Oh,
I can never remember. Do you round up or down in D&D in 5e?
okay.
Down.
Down.
It's up to
Take
your
the-
discretion most of the time.
Let's say
Yeah.
up. I've been playing a lot of Shadowrun recently, so I'm a big fan of up.
Sure.
So let's call it 4.
Okay. And then my bonus action, I'm going to dive into a stack of papers to hide.
Sounds good. Yeah, it's like a proper Scrooge McDuck into someone's like thesis notes.
That are probably about to catch fire.
Yeah, everything in this
Oh,
room is
absolutely.
about to catch fire.
Yeah, probably. I mean, if the whole university goes, why not? But yeah, you know, at least
Oh,
the kids.
it's okay if the university burns down. Everybody gets a bachelor's.
Oh. There was
I'm not kidding. That's a real rule.
Yeah, they do that in the U.S.
is that actually a thing?
Yeah,
If your college, if your college burns down, they just immediately like give everybody
Wow.
their degree.
because it's kind of like the COVID-19, but even worse because all the work is gone.
Oh. See, when I was like at school in the UK, there's like a perpetual rumor that if somebody dies in an examination at school, everybody gets straight A's.
That's actually a real rule here too.
Is it
Yeah,
actually a
If
real rule?
your
Yeah.
if your roommate dies,
yeah, you get
every like
You get free
you get,
tuition.
it's
you get
it's
straight A's and free tuition.
because it's like a what's
Yeah,
the
good.
term emotional benefit program.
No, I didn't know that. Sorry.
We contemplated killing a
Okay.
guy once.
Okay,
just because
hold up.
This is
Alright
on the.
then,
This is
I am streaming this. Please do not.
Yeah, no worries, please. Okay, cool. No worries.
We're currently live on Twitch.
Sorry about that, everyone. That was my upstairs neighbour. I thought he was calling about us, but thank God he's not. Apparently, it's our boiler's just waking him up. So I'm going to go turn my boiler off,
Oh, that's fine.
and then I'll be right back.
Ironic considering we're fighting
No worries.
a fire alarm.
Yeah, right.
I'll be right back. Sorry about
Okay,
No worries.
so who's next? Bracing goes next in initiative order, right?
Person goes next. Yes.
Yeah. Trying to figure out what to do next. I don't know where I am in the room.
Yeah, well, it's only 30 feet, so you could, even if you're not right next to it, you could probably just kind of like pop out, stab it, and then. Now here's the thing. I was telling you this earlier. You get 3 attacks per turn, or up to.
Right.
Actually, he can actually get 5 attacks in a turn. Maybe 6
Oh.
actually.
Is that champion?
No, because action surge.
Yeah, but his action surge only gives
He
him
would
1 more.
be-
No, I am champion. No, I am.
Well, yeah.
He would be a level 5 fighter, which means he would have extra attack.
Yeah, so he's
So
Yeah,
he'd be
then
able to
action
take
surge
2
gives
in
him
his normal
4.
action and action surge for 4.
And then his dual wielding gives him a 5th. Not 6, but 5.
I don't-
Yeah,
I-
as a bonus action.
Did he take dual wielding? I thought that was the next character.
Yeah, no, the next character is single.
No,
Ah.
he would have took the dual wielding feat as a variant human and probably the dual wielding fighter style.
Okay,
that.
sure,
Hello, friends. Sorry about that.
that's fine.
The joys of renting in a flat in London.
I wouldn't know about that.
Oh, don't worry about it. I've got a young kid on the floor above me stomping around. So it
And you're stuck at home.
Delightful.
Anyway, where were we?
a
Grayson's up
ribbon
next.
shot, ribbon shanked it
Grayson's up
down
next.
for Graves.
Yeah, we were trying to figure out how many attacks Grayson gets as a 5th level fighter.
A
Should
5th
be
level dual wielding.
5 if he wanted to use action
5
surge.
at maximum.
Yeah, that's yeah. That tallies.
Alright, I'm gonna pull up my longsword. We'll do it that way.
Mhm.
So I come out of the shadows. Roll D20 first. Oh gosh. Roll a 4 plus. I got a 7.
You got a 7?
Yeah.
That will not do it.
Nope. Right.
So his first attack.
Yeah, it was first
Yep.
attack. It's even worse. Got a 5 that time.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, there we go. 11, 12, 13, 14.
Yeah, that'll do it.
Okay, cool. And damage is a 7.
Okay, yeah, sure. What type of what damage is it?
I think it's,
It's a long sword.
I think it's
Slashing.
yeah, it
Oh,
sounds like
slashing.
slashing. Yeah.
That's-
Yeah,
I don't
slash.
think any of us have magical weapons.
Actually,
No.
I think is this the +1 longsword you got in the last campaign, Mitch? Just curious.
Oh, the what was it? The holy.
Well, it was just a +1 something.
Yeah, it was a +1. Yeah, +1.
Okay. So yeah, it's slashing damage.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. In that case, yeah, it's another Yeah, it's halved again.
Ah.
But carry on.
Okay.
If you know, what, if none of you have magic, let's just say this fire elemental is embarrassed because it came out of a teenager's butt.
Sure.
So let's just nix those resistances. Why not? So
It's a
It's okay.
tie.
Give it to it because we have like 3 of us have magic, and
Yeah, my Eldritch
he
Blast.
has Mitch has a magic weapon.
Yeah.
okay.
Oh, you're adding your gauntlets of overstrength, right, Mitch?
No, remember I couldn't figure out what they did because I didn't do
They
any
make your
research.
strength a 19.
So you get like a +4.
Okay.
Either way, his other rolls were going to be too low to actually
Yeah.
matter.
Yeah. This is actually my last roll because 3 misses and a 1 hit.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
How'd you do?
Mitch?
Yes, I'm here.
Last roll?
Oh, my last roll? That was my last roll because remember it was.
okay.
Oh, I
3
see.
misses
Sorry,
and a hit.
I thought you meant you
No,
had
no,
one
you
more.
get 5 if you did your
Yeah,
action.
you get
Yeah.
five.
Yeah, you get
Oh,
one more.
okay. Alright, one more. 12. And then the slashing damage would be 10.
So 12 to hit.
12 to hit.
Total.
That's a miss, unfortunately. So after Grayson, it's Razik.
Razik. He is going to jerk awake because he actually fell asleep in the hall.
Oh yeah, I forgot you're outside. Wait, can you get in, or is what's the?
Yeah, there's a door there.
Oh.
I see a bunch of fire running through the door, and I open the door and go, "What the fuck is going on in here?"
What the flunk?
Shit!
Do they have any? I wonder if
I
they have like a
go in with-
sprinkler system of some kind.
I go in with my glaive and my vulture, giving me the help action.
Cool.
All right, cool. So, glaive attacks at advantage.
Great. Yeah, go for it.
First hit is a natural 20.
Perfect.
Outstanding.
Second is a here's +6, so third hit is a 24, and the fourth hit is a 20.
Yeah, that's. I mean, you're looking to beat a 13, so you're doing
Yeah.
great.
Okay, so that's plus 3, 6, 9, 12. So 4d10 plus 7, 6 is 13, 15 plus 6 is 21, 21 plus 12 is 33 damage.
All right. So that is okay. That
33
is.
halved.
Well, I think
Oh
he's.
yeah.
Yeah, because my weapon is not magic.
Oh,
But it kind of. The elemental came out of a dude's butt, though.
yeah, he's removing the resistance.
I mean, whatever.
I don't think you need to remove the
All right. Cool.
resistance, honestly, because like Daniel has magic, I have magic.
Okay,
Eric is
cool.
an Eldritch Knight who should have magic.
He's just not
Yeah,
using
but
it.
my primary feature is my weapons. So
Okay. Cool. All right then. Yeah. Great. Then we will go back on that. The elemental goes next.
Mitch has a magic weapon. Riven's kind of the only one getting screwed there,
Yeah, she doesn't have anything.
but we can do things about that.
Okay. What's your AC, Robert?
18.
So. Well, that's you take 10 points of fire damage. I'm afraid. Yeah. The fire elemental just kind of comes and sort of gives you like a gut punch. And you feel like the plate just like immediately reach like a searing temperature. And
Should go to Mike next.
He's got 2 attacks.
I do have 2 attacks. I was going to ask Grayson, what's your AC?
My AC is
What's your dex modifier?
I'm looking. Dexterity, right?
Mm-hmm.
+3. +3, so it's a 17. But
Okay. Yeah, then that one's a miss. So he kind of floats over and just sort of like oogie boogies in your face. Ooh, like he just sort of menaces at you. After which, yeah, it's Mike.
Mike, you there?
Yeah. Let's see. This is up to 60 feet. Cool. I'm gonna cast as a bonus action. I'm gonna cast spiritual weapon
Mm-hmm.
at 3rd level.
Yep.
Whenever I cast a spell, I can make a melee spell attack.
Cool. Sounds good.
So they 25 to hit.
Delightful. Yeah, that will more than do it. So, do you want to roll me a damage?
I think he's doing it.
Oh, okay. Oh, sorry.
What'd you get, Mike? Hello?
I had to see how many die I'm rolling.
I think it's only 2d8.
3d8 plus 7 is 23. What kind of damage?
Force.
Force damage.
All right. That's now we're talking. There's no immunity or resistance on that nonsense. So that was 23?
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, this thing is it's not so much that it's coming apart at the seams, but it's kind of like the form it's taking before was very well defined, and now there are sort of ribbons of sort of excess energy whipping out from it. It's less resembling kind of like an actual shape with limbs and a face. It's like it's struggling to hold itself in a recognizable form. So yeah, I think you're doing all right.
I will walk up to it, and as my action, I'm going to cast Spirit Guardians.
You can only do a cantrip.
Oh. Oh yeah, that's a stupid spellcasting.
Yep. Firebolt it.
He's not so.
Yeah, no.
Does he have that? No. He decided not to do the sorcerer.
Even if I did, I wouldn't do it on a fire level. It's just-
Yeah.
Dude, you have no idea how close I was to actually just doing that.
All right, I will cast Toll the Dead. So I need it to make a Wisdom save.
Cool. Okie dokie. Wisdom. What's the DC?
15.
Well, that's higher than a 6, isn't it? So,
Oh, thanks.
yeah.
If my math is right,
Yeah.
should be right.
I didn't finish algebra.
So how much damage is that?
Let's see. We are at 5th level, so it does 2d12.
Okay.
Isn't it if it's below full health, it deals extra damage too?
Yeah.
Oh, that's why it's
That's
12.
a d12. It normally
Yeah.
does 2d8.
Oh.
Below its hit point. It's below its max hit points, so it does
So that's why it's
2d12.
12, yeah.
And it takes 12 necrotic damage.
Okay, nice. Down to that. All right, we go round again. Ribbon. what were you saying?
Actually, it goes to me.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, right. Sorry.
That's fine.
Sorry.
I know it was in that one.
Terry.
Terry
I
finally.
intentionally skipped you. Everything's fine.
Unload that Eldritch Blast at it.
Yeah. All right. I'll stand up in the box and go. All right. Let's finish this
Cast
off.
Hex first.
I don't have hex. I didn't take hexblade. I'll cast.
That's Hex.
It's fine. Just let him.
The spell.
For now, Michael.
All right, whatever.
I know.
I'll cast 2 bolts of Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast.
Eldritch Blast. That's going to be spell attack bonus. 8 plus 6 is 14. That's a 14 and a 21.
Yep, both hits.
Awesome. I get to add my charisma modifier because I took agonizing and repelling, so it gets pushed 10 per away from me. So that's
Very nice.
D8 per hit. I think. Yep.
10. D10.
Oh, D10 per hit. Yeah. So that's going to be 10 damage from the first hit and 4 damage from the central, 14 total. Push 20 feet away from me.
Cool.
Again, force damage.
Yep.
Next time you can choose spells, Daniel, grab Hex, because that makes your Eldritch Blast really good.
Yep. If I use this character again.
Okay. So now, with apologies to Dan, we do go back to the top. Ribbon, what were we saying?
I will emerge from the stack of papers with my short bow and aim to fire with my short bow.
Great. Roll for it.
Surprise attack, so should have advantage, I think.
Yes, I
Unless
do
she
have an
did, she
advantage.
doesn't. Unless she took her action to hide. No.
She did.
Oh, yeah, I
She
did.
did.
manage to hide.
She
She
did.
did, but both you and Mitch are right beside the thing, so she doesn't even need advantage.
That's true.
To get sneak attack, but yeah, she. Okay, yeah. Sorry.
Well, either way, I got a natural 20 for that one.
Delightful.
Oh yeah, I forgot to crit my 20.
Oh yeah. We can retcon that. What was the damage on it? Do you remember?
It would have been an extra 7.
Extra 7. There we go. All right.
Halved.
Halved.
So
So an extra
4.
4 or 3.
Yeah. Yep.
Crit. 3 damage. 2 damage.
So that's
It's something.
Hers will be a
another.
nice one.
That's another 7.
That's the thing. You can roll a crit with your nice big great axe. It does like the most damage per hit of a weapon, and still only do 2 damage. So.
Unless you've got grow weapon fighting. And Tatiana, don't forget your sneak attack D6s.
Oh god, that's like what? That's like 4 of them total.
You're at level 5, so that's 3 more, yeah.
So, right. 3, so it was a 4. 1. 4, so.
So whatever you rolled on the die, double that, and then add your mod.
Doing math in my head, sorry.
No, you're all good.
I'm assuming this thing looks pretty rough at this point.
Oh yeah, it's just kind of shrieking and looking bewildered. Is the way I would describe it.
I mean, I'd be pretty bewildered too if I came out of a teenager's butt crack.
Right?
Yep.
You came out of the wrong teenager's butt crack.
Came to the
Implying that there's a
neighborhood.
right teenager's butt crack.
Alright, so if I did my math right, is in my 4 rolls I rolled 5, 5, 2, and 4.
So that's
So that came out to 16.
Mhm.
16 doubled to 32.
Then
Plus
plus
your
4
modifier. Plus 4.
So
It's
is
36.
36. Okay, so I did my math right.
But is
36.
it halved?
Halved.
Yeah,
So,
but
Then half
36
it.
because
So
it's
18.
resistant. We'll cut it to 18.
18.
Still
will
pretty good.
That will still do it.
feels
Hey, you got it.
big, big.
So, Riven, tell me, how does this happen? Like, how doth it die?
Okay.
Scribe thine kill.
Fatality.
Oh, hold on. Finish him. Fatality.
Oh my god. Okay. As I emerge from stack of papers, bow and arrow ready, I fire into what I would assume would be its face,
Mhm.
and just right through where the forehead would be. The arrow just flies right through the forehead.
Springing from the thesis papers, she shouts, "Get schooled! Fired in the mud!"
Wow, that's horrible.
We're fighting in a staff room at a university. I mean,
Fun.
Yeah.
what
All the puns.
How much of the
what
room?
would you suggest?
Oh, I'm not saying I have anything better. I'm just saying that's horrible.
The basically the elemental just comes apart at the seams, and it turns into a bunch of just disparate wisps of flame that make one last like ditch attempt to return to teenagers, but they all get snuffed out before they make it, and the whole room goes quiet, and that combat probably took less than a minute. There's still just a sleeping teenager just on the floor with his mildly singed bum.
Is anything in the room on fire?
It didn't even take 12 seconds.
No, not even 2 full rounds of combat.
That took like 10 seconds.
Yeah.
That thing appeared and we killed it.
Basically, we were just like fire.
Yeah, mate.
Just scream fire and just start attacking.
There's like some bits are on fire. There's like cool, like just like embers kind of raining down and stuff. But I wouldn't say the university's on fire unless you want it to be.
I was more saying I look for something that looks kind of like coursework, and they just start chucking it into the flame.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, that's
Somebody's
a
gonna get denied their
ooh.
doctorate because of you.
Look at these student loan payments. Just start.
Yeah.
Dude, this
Okay.
is the staff room. You're chucking away their grades, not their debt.
Yeah, he wouldn't know the difference.
Yeah. I'm gonna roll a D100. Damage.
How much damage have I caused?
31 students are going to have to repeat the year, and they will be expected to pay the fees again.
I love it.
So if anything, you've plunged them deeper into debt.
He's slapping his hands together. Another day saved. All right, what do we do with the kid?
chunk him into the fire?
No, we need.
No.
No, we're not going that far.
No.
I pushed the robot away from the kid.
I
Pick him
couldn't.
up
I
by
couldn't.
the back
I
of his
couldn't
shirt
allow
and
you to
carry
do
him out
that
like
anyway.
luggage.
He's pretty well passed out. Guess we
I
got.
pick him up by the back of the shirt and carry him out like luggage, headed toward wherever we're gonna go meet the
Headmaster.
McGruff the crime dog is honestly what has been in my mind all day with the head investigator.
Oh, yeah.
Professor MacGuffin.
Professor McGuffin. That's Detective Inspector McGuffin to you. You mean Detective Henman?
Yes, him. I don't know why, but he's been McGruff the crime dog all night to me.
That's fine by me. He's just out in the courtyard, just like having a cigarette and bouncing a tennis ball up and down. He goes, "Oh, hello. Did you solve the thing?"
Maybe. We've got a kid. Let's go find out if the monk recognizes him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, all right then. That sounds fine.
We
We're-
arrested a suspect.
We're not even going
He's
to that.
perfectly okay with us just kidnapping a random
Yeah,
student.
I was about to say we're not even going to the headmaster.
Nope.
Oh yeah,
I'm not.
we just leave the box in the staff room.
Okay. Yeah, fine. I mean, it's inert now. The flump is out of the box.
All right, yeah,
Quite literally.
yeah. How are you carrying the flump around?
I
It
have.
flies.
Yeah, well, that, and I mean, I have a satchel. It can just, hop in, float around in the satchel.
All right.
I want to point out that flumps aren't like cats. They're actually very sentient creatures. Very smart.
Yeah.
How
They glow different colors
What is
based
a
on their
bump's
mood.
intelligence?
14. And they're telepathic and they can communicate with you effectively.
Yay.
Just hearing voices in your head.
The flump's just going like, "Don't treat me like a cat! I am not a pet! I am not no pet!"
And yet, the minute it got put in the satchel, started purring.
Nice.
I like it.
Or, wait, did it purr or does its farts seem like a purr?
I mean, I've got two
I'm gonna
cats.
go.
Sometimes
I'm gonna
it's
go
hard
with
to
it
tell.
purring. I'm gonna go with it purring.
Yeah, you in short order you come back to the Church of Ogma, and again roaring in the corridors, you rouse the poor unfortunate Stuart Biggs from his sleep, and he turns to you and goes, "Yeah, sorry, that's him. Yeah, that's the one."
The pipsqueak.
He's successful. It's the pipsqueak, yeah. I
So
swear
he
on it.
wasn't like those two pipsqueaks. Okay, cool.
Well, hang on a minute, mate. No, I don't want to do this again.
Start walking away.
Come on, mate. Come on. No. They're gonna hurt me or something.
Great. So we have
Guys,
confirmation it's the kid.
yeah, I mean, I don't remember him smelling like burnt pork before, but what did you do to him anyway?
Nothing
We
you
didn't do
need
anything.
concern yourself. We
Yourself on fire.
I was gonna say we held his feet to the fire, but okay. We got the information.
Kids and them lighting their farts on fire.
Oh, blue tip flaming. Yeah, we used to do that. And then Ogma in his infinite wisdom outlawed it. He gets a clip round the ear from someone else in the room for blasphemy.
All right, so
I don't know what everybody else is going to say, but I was planning on taking this kid downstairs to the body and questioning him where he can see it.
No, wouldn't it be upstairs?
yeah, this was upstairs because the pigeonhole.
It would be upstairs.
Wherever the dead leader is.
Upstairs.
Oh,
Okay.
Yeah, it would be upstairs. Yeah, you can.
Considering he's still asleep, and since that wants to be done, wouldn't it make sense to maybe put him in a chair and tie him up so he can't go anywhere?
well, yeah.
We'll get
Okay.
We haven't gotten to the interrogation room yet.
We've solved the crime in 3 hours.
maybe.
In-game
We don't know.
I don't know.
We don't know this.
Like, in-
we
How
don't know
long
if
has
kid's
this-
working alone or not?
How long has this whole thing taken so far, Johnny?
3.5.
Okay. No, I'm talking like in-game hours.
Oh, I see.
It couldn't have been long.
You waited a couple of hours for the box to be made. So let's call it like 6.
Sure. Yeah. So the body would still be there? Or they
Oh yeah.
Uh,
No, they've not moved it. They
Okay.
weren't told to remove it. Henman, he's a crappy detective, but he doesn't like people doing things without his say-so.
Fair enough.
He's an efficient delegator, as we've already established. So yeah, you if you'd like, you can tie the kid to a chair in the room with the body on show.
Yep, that was the plan.
But-
Unless somebody's got an objection.
Put the
Sounds good to me.
body in the chair opposite him.
Let
Just
the body hit the
just sit it up and get it like real close. So he wakes up.
What,
First
we're
thing he
weekend
see,
at-
first
are we
thing.
gonna weekend at Bernie's this thing?
Oh yeah.
Last time that happened, a fire elemental came out of his butt. I'd rather not have it deploy.
That's a very good point. He starts to come round, and he looks up and makes, well, not eye contact. He looks at Jeremiah in the face and then looks up at you all and goes, "Well, I don't suppose the master sent me here alibi is going to work now, is it?"
Nope.
No, tiny human. You either tell us now or I cut you to ribbon slowly.
Okay. Well, look, I was tired of being an errand boy, frankly, and I ran a couple of packages to Cloudfoot here, and he was a braggart. He told me he was working on some new compound that might help do some summoning the likes of which mankind's never seen, and I thought that could make my name, actually. Why should I have to carry on studying? Do an undergrad, do a master's, do my PhD. If I could just leapfrog my way to the front of the queue, it'd be fine.
But why the other 3?
Well, I needed materials to practice, didn't I?
But why burn down or kill the heads of the other? Why not just pick random people?
I didn't want to leave a paper trail.
And yet you did.
I hire the gangs, but in my defence, I thought I was being quite clever.
And that's where you failed.
But
What?
in my defence, I am 17.
That's fair. Yeah.
To be fair, he
Are there-
outsmarted you pretty well.
No.
Are
Human
there
is better than dwarves apparently in brain power.
Probably does have a higher intelligence score. But well, we got the guy. We got a confession out of him.
what
Hadn't
did
goes
the
yet. Sorry, carry on.
what are the legal proceedings in this place? I don't remember what it's called.
In Spalding, it's pretty frontier justice, to be perfectly honest. But Henman was like, well, we're supposed to deliver this guy to the Church of Ogma, and I suppose they'll see justice done in whatever way they see fit. Maybe they'll maybe they'll bore him to death. Am I right? Tough crowd. Wow. Okay.
Sure, I don't care.
I guess.
Make him a board.
Oh.
I mean,
Okay.
personally, I'd rather use him for a dinner for my friend here.
I like some street justice.
Street
No,
justice.
Street justice.
It was an idiom. All right. Okay. Well, why don't we just give him a teenager and then cash a big fat check for money?
Sounds. Oh yeah. Sounds perfect.
I
Yeah.
like the money idea better.
All right.
Alright.
Great.
I
Yeah.
pick up
Before-
the chair and
before-
carry it.
Well, hold on. I was gonna say before he does that, I will check the pockets for anything else he has.
You find some raw materials. You find just like some some like silver nitrate powders, and there's like a poorly sketched design for, excuse me, what would have been his next box, I presume.
Okay.
And there's a mash note to someone in his class.
Potential conspirators. I hand it to Henman.
He unravels the scroll and goes, no, I'd just say that's a horny teenage boy. In all honesty.
Fair enough.
I look at him and say, he doesn't have any horns growing out of him. He's just human.
Never mind. Never mind.
Like I said, let's go get lots of money.
All right.
And I think with that, it's a simple matter that you go to the Church of Ogma, you present your evidence, and indeed, they pay out. Turns out, they are a very well-funded institute of knowledge. And yeah, you all walk away with with your pockets laden with gold.
Nice.
You're fairly convinced that Henman got a much bigger payout than you did, despite doing a fraction of the work.
Supervisor's fees.
Well, he would be the one getting paid. He'd probably have split it with us 50-50, and then we'd have to split the 50-50 between
the rest of it. So we get 10%, he gets 50.
Sure, that's how he dressed it up. And I think with that, the sun sets on another day in the dirty, horrible city of Spalding.
Justice done.
With more deaths going on in the streets every day.
Oh man, like there are just, the hospitals are full of people with shards of glass in their face from another workplace accident. They reset the clock that's like, this facility has gone X days without a massive brawl. They'd got to 1. And yeah, that'll about do it, I think.
All right.
Actually, that poses another question. Has the kid re-entered the atmosphere yet?
Oh yeah.
Oh, some say he's still traveling to this day.
There's just there's a new constellation.
A new meteor.
Yeah, it's just floating. Scholars are still trying to identify it.
Thank you so much for putting up with me throughout that.
That was wonderful. Thank you.
Yeah,
my
great.
pleasure.
That was fun.
I'm glad you enjoyed it. I realized it was kind of no combat until just like one
Yeah, it's fine.
10-second fight at the end, but I had it was really good fun running this.
Oh yeah, we're probably gonna be running Dragon Heist next. I think that's the one we're gonna do.
Oh, cool.
So
Waterdeep Dragon Heist, yeah.
yeah, so they're gonna get plenty of combat out of that.
Ah, perfect. Tremendous.
All right.
Speaking of which, how much gold did we get?
Yeah.
Who's GMing the next adventure?
It will be, well, they probably won't use these characters, but it will be me.
Okay. What would be... Okay, so I'm looking at something that doesn't completely break the game, but is still hilarious.
12 gold. No. Let's...
That would almost double the amount I currently have.
The problem is I'm honestly not super familiar with how much D&D economy, like how much gold counts in D&D economy. Probably...
Wait, Daniel, a new just barely magical sword costs 25 gold.
Oh, okay. Well, you solved a murder of a high-profile person and then you got basically 10% of the total. I'd say they probably at minimum pay out 1,000, so that's at least 100 per.
Yeah, sounds great to me.
Yep.
All right, 100.
Fair enough.
There you go.
Beans.
Terry's like, that fine, I'll help pay off some of the bounty on my head.
Oh damn! I wish I'd pulled that character thread. But yeah, right. So it is nearly 4 in the morning here, so I'm gonna jet.
All right. Well, thank you so much.
But No, my pleasure. It was really lovely playing with all of you, and yeah, thank you again for your patience and your tremendously good fun characters. And I will see you again in this life or the next. He said
All right.
ominously and slightly arrogantly.
Oh.
Alrighty. We are streaming this if you want to throw an outro in, Dicebreaker or anything like that.
Oh, hey, yeah. So I work for a website called dicebreaker.com. You can find it on youtube.com/dicebreaker. I also GM for the Oxventurers Guild, sorry, on youtube.com/outside Xbox.